observer try and push back against certain things and try and use argumentation that they know is not good argumentation. When it's just like, guys, if this was any other movie, I'd be giving this exact criticism. Like, come on. But yeah, Dune 2, recommend it. It's pretty epic.
Nice. Of course, we know the one that I was most excited for. That was Sonic. And I mean, the number of times that I've talked about, or at least tried to defend Sonic from Doug's garbage takes, it's not exactly beating any allegations that I might be autistic.
Oh, you certainly are. I say that as someone who is myself. Welcome to the crew, lad. But yeah, it's I gotta see Sonic. I'm gonna wait to watch that with my longtime homies. We get together and we do this whole watch party at my friend's place every time a new Sonic movie comes out. Get pizza and all. That's great. Oh yeah, I'm excited. What I was blown away by, like, I expected the first Sonic movie to be bad. I just expected it.
Yeah, I mean that one design kind of set a bad precedent for it.
Yeah. Also, too, it's just the expectation of, like, it's an adaptation of a video game that, let's be real here, most people adapting video games don't have respect for the source material.
Yeah.
So I was just expecting, okay, we're going to piss on Sonic. And truth be told, I'm not the best Sonic fan in the world. Not to say I dislike Sonic at all, but more in the sense that, like, I grew up more with Mario.
Yeah, I grew up more with Mario too. It's just that something about Sonic really clicked with me, and it's like, this is good.
That's fair, yeah. Like, for me, it was like Mario, Zelda, stuff like that.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country too.
Truth. Zelda was like my big thing. That's like the Zelda. That's the video game series where, like, if you ask me any lore questions, I just have it right off the top of my head.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was just expecting when respect the source material. I also just expected they'd phone it in too. Like, they just make a really lazy, cheap plot, and then I was like, oh, wait, they actually made a well-written Sonic movie?
Yeah.
What timeline is this?
I mean, my hot take is the first movie's story is kind of whatever. It works. It's functional, and that's because
the
first game from 1991, it kind of had a nothing story to work with. So, I mean, that's gonna be my hot take. That'll get me killed by the hardcore Sonic fans. It's like, what are you talking about?
The plot is literally evil scientist tries to make robots out of cute little animals. Sonic, go save them.
Yes.
Like, it's not that complex. Granted, it's from a time period where video game narratives were just not complex at all.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't get a lot of the lore integrated from Japan for a while, but the Japanese manuals of Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles were a lot more full of information and context than the American versions, because there was a lot more about the Chaos Emeralds in the Japanese Sonic 2 manual than there was in the American, the Western Japanese, or the Western or the American Sonic 2 manual.
Right.
Hey, y'all.
Scott here.
Hello.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump off a building for making that joke. Yeah, the Japanese make everything better. They have my eternal respect.
Yes.
They made Transformers, so I kind of have to love them.
The Japanese are pretty cool.
They're pretty epic. I've considered just like dropping. I've considered just ditching Western civilization and just immigrating to Japan because Western civilization has fallen.
I hate Western civilization so much. I hate even worse how they've locked everybody down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
so even if you want to leave, you better have some rich parents, or you better be running your own company already.
Yeah, and like Japan.
Is it too much to ask for both?
No, I mean, I'm just saying you better be insanely lucky.
Yeah.
I was just doing the Tony Stark quote. Thankfully, I have both. More so the second.
2025
But,
film
yeah.
debut of C. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm thinking of some cool shit. Either TV show, either movie. I don't know fully. So here's the thing with film productions, right? The thing people don't understand with them, they're basically money laundering schemes. Every single big Hollywood film that has a budget of $200 million, they are basically openly saying they are a money laundering scheme. It's insane, but it works. They get tax incentives and they get a bunch of like investor handouts and stuff from banks and creditors and all that stuff. And one of the big things that film productions get away with to have such a huge budget, but also they can then use it to do whatever the fuck they want, is just filming on location. You don't need to film on location for most things. Like if you need like some cool place, basically anywhere in like America, Canada, like maybe Mexico, you're good. You don't need to go any further than that. You don't need to go to I don't know, fucking Britain to go film at Pinewood Studios when you could just film at any one of the studio lots in America.
Yeah.
It's so much easier and cheaper just to do it here. And as well too, we also live in a world of virtual production as well. Like,
unless you're trying to go for 100% authenticity, but even then, it's not going to get 100% authentic because us Americans, we kind of have a stereotype of being insensitive to other people's cultures, even the ones that we literally broke away from in the 1700s.
But even still, like, even with the whole authenticity thing, like, I don't really think it's much of a staying power for a lot of things. Like, for something to be set in London, there are places you could easily go to in the United States that have a very similar architectural style to London. And you could film there for cheap and no one would bat an eye. And I've worked in positions where I do actually change stuff in the background and stuff. It's all just digital matte painting. And when I do that stuff, it's shocking with just how much you can get away with just shooting on some random nondescript street and then make it look like London or New York or France or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really easy and cheap too. Like, if it's that cheap, then it makes me think, okay, well, why the fuck do you need to spend $200 million to go film this country here? Like, you don't need it. And then, as well, too, a large part of budgets come from filmmakers don't plan stuff enough.
Right.
They don't storyboard.
And then animated movies require so much freaking planning that people just don't really understand the scope of it, and then they try to thumbnail something within a week for, say, a full 75-minute long movie, and it's like, oh shit, wait.
Wait, Magma, are you referring to when A Crazy Nice was thumbnailed in a week? I told you about that.
Yeah, you did.
But I think a good example of just having no plan going into something was Indiana Jones 5. Mm-hmm. I am an Indiana Jones super fan. I love Indiana Jones. I love the first 4, in spite of the fact that I think only 2 of them are actually good. Dial of Destiny was a whole new level of bad, but a large part of it just came down to the film is incoherent as shit, and that's because they filmed 3 movies. They spent $350 million making 3 different movies and then focus group tested each different scene from these different movies and then assembled one larger movie out of that.
Are you serious?
Yep. That's what they do with Marvel movies. That's what they do with Star Wars shows and movies. That's why these pieces of media don't have consistent or cohesive stories. It's because they don't write one thing. They write a bunch of different things based on focus group testing, and then they focus group the scenes individually from those different pieces of media and then piece them all together as a Frankenstein's monster of little corpse movie bits.
Yeah.
So do you think they did that with Madam Web?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because that movie, like, say we love the Marvel movies, but Madam Web, that made absolutely no sense.
Oh, not surprising. And that's the thing is you can save so much money by doing this one little thing called writing one script and storyboarding that script and then creating a shot list and then figuring out how you're going to film each shot with your DOP, with your set designers and stuff. And then you film it. And then once that's filmed, you edit it all together into one movie and you don't do focus group testing. And if people don't gravitate towards it, people don't gravitate towards it. Because I'll always tell this to writers. Don't concern yourself with whether or not people are going to like your shit. Liking something is entirely subjective, and the legwork is entirely done by the audience.
Exactly.
But whether or not it's good, that's material. That's provable and objective. So if you're going to write something, make it good.
Not unless you're doing 3D animation, because
basically just make something good. Make sure you get it well marketed, or just let people know, hey, this thing exists. Check it out, and people will come.
Right.
That's what they did. That's what they did with Wild Robot, and that turned out great.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of film that actually had people who cared behind the scenes instead of a fucking corporation that was like, yes, we must focus group test everything.
Well, that's unless you're doing 3D animation, because I mean, having those, don't get me wrong, having those shots help. It takes time.
Yeah, for sure.
And in today's society, where everybody's like, you gotta get up and go, and everybody's all about that instant gratification, it's just a big slap in the face to animators everywhere. And then, of course, there's AI.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, how can you compete eventually?
If any of my projects ever get big enough that, people want to say, hey, I want a physical copy of this, or I want to see this adapted into film or TV, you can bet I am going to have my claws in it as deep as I can. Is like, if you mess up my creation, if you suggest anything without running it by me and convincing me that it's gonna work, then your ass is grass.
Yeah, that's the
you need to get a certain level of respect and power to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how CEOs think. If you have an idea, the CEO's not going to care how good it might seem. They want to hear that it's going to make them money.
Yep.
Money,
so here's the thing. I want to have my own company for the sole purpose of... if someone wants to work with me, they're working for me. They're not working with me. I'm not working for them. They are working for me. I don't want people telling me what to do. I'm going to write it. Because the simple fact of the matter is, and this is going to sound narcissistic as hell, and I'm trying my best to word it in a way that doesn't sound narcissistic, but the chances are I probably know better for the story than most people would. And that's just because I've thought at this point, it's got to be 5 years, I've thought consistently about like the mechanics of storytelling and just how this shit works. And most people are just either too lazy or too dumb to get it. I don't know. I don't know how to fully describe it, but a lot of people truly just don't know how to write things. And I don't trust most writers. I don't trust producers. That's for damn sure. Thank God my producer is one of my friends. And also I work with him too. Like, he is a producer at the broadcast station I work at. So I don't trust most people. And then like distributors as well. I would ideally like to just be able to directly be the person in charge of distributing things. Like contact like Apple or Amazon and say, hey, put my thing on your service and pay me directly. I'm going to talk to Jim, because did you see the interview I did with Jim Burkett?
I did. I should have listened to that again, because I had it on in the background while I was at work one day, so I may not have absorbed everything, but no,
it's all good. It's just towards the end, I asked him like if he's got any projects he wants to share, just plug it, floor is his. And he brought up his new indie-developed TV show, Shatterbelt, with Patton Oswalt. And he said he got that onto Apple and Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him, like, how did you do that? And there's my coworker has a friend that put a documentary on Amazon, and I want to see how he did that as well. Because I'd like to fully self-finance a show based on like crowdfunding, my own money, and money I can just scrounge up from other people as well. And then just put something on like Amazon or Apple. Because I know Disney wouldn't take my shit because Disney is all about control.
Yeah.
I know Netflix wouldn't take it because the barriers to entry with Netflix are unreasonable as shit. I know most streaming services just
I mean,
won't
one
take
would-
it except
No,
Amazon.
you don't need
I
streaming.
mean,
You need
think
indie
that
studios.
yeah, one would think
You know
that
what
Well, the
you
issue
need?
is I want to
No.
be my own indie studio.
You
I
know
mean-
what you need?
I mean,
You
we're
know
pretty
what
much at the
you
point of fine, I'll do it myself.
You
Yeah,
need to do.
you kind of have to be.
You need to do.
That's
What
what
the
I'm doing
guys-
right now.
You need to do what the guys who made hundreds of beaters did, and just put your movie in theaters.
How do I get distributed to put in theaters?
Apparently, I'd have to look into it, but the guys who made the movie, they were somehow able to just put it in certain theaters.
I'm sorry,
because
what
you
movie?
need a distributor, and the distributor needs to be able to guarantee the theaters this can generate enough money for them. So if it's a studio like Disney, easy, no problem.
What's the
But
name of the
that's the
movie?
tricky part.
I forget.
Well,
I forget who it was, but they did have a distributor. It was just
that's-
more of.
that's their
we put
point,
it in
though.
theaters.
That's our point, though. You don't know who they are. No one knows who they are.
Right.
That's true.
That's why it's
So-
easier for me to put it on like a streaming service because then I don't have to worry about like whether or not it generates profits for them. They'll be like,
Exactly.
sure, we'll take it because it's just another piece of content they can have on there.
Just keep
It's
in
more about
mind,
for me, how do I get my thing out there?
Exactly, and you got to make sure that you're also the one to make money out of it. You're the creator. These motherfuckers, it's so cutthroat. They will not hesitate to screw you over if you're not educated enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I am Tubi. Tubi is such a strange platform to just allow films that are not even on the typical streaming service to have a new life.
Yeah.
There are studios out there with revenge departments that are their sole job
Where's
is
that
to basically
damn
just
final
harass
rehearsal?
you. They're basically just their whole job is to harass you lawfully and financially.
Yep.
I think people sleep at night.
The entertainment industry is corrupt as hell, and the only way to really get into it in a big way is to just, it's literally, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Which
Yep.
on one hand,
That's
I
what I wanna
understand. Which, on one hand, I see why this is what makes Pop such an underdog story. But on the other hand, I mean, her
is
animation
not.
looks nice, but her writing is just. Ugh.
Hold up.
Yeah,
No,
animation.
hold up.
Needs a
hold up,
writing
hold up.
coach.
Stop,
I could
stop,
teach her.
stop. See, I thought that Pop was an underdog story too. No, she had funding that was given to her. Okay, she is not an underdog story. Her whole entire shit.
No, that's still an underdog.
She was spoon-fed that shit.
But she's still
No,
an
that's
underdog.
still absolutely an underdog.
How?
He is someone who did not. So the thing is she basically was able to write a TV show that is on a major streaming platform with no prior work experience, or at least in the sense of like no professional work experience. I put professional in air quotes because professional is just a
Yeah.
term we give to people who get paid to do shit. She basically started
Yeah.
on YouTube. So sure, she got funding, but
Got
everyone gets
massive
funding.
amounts
You
of
cannot
funding.
make
We're
a movie.
talking like, bro, like
Sure, but that's
that
because
kind of money,
investors
you
saw
can start
value in
any
that.
fucking idea with that amount of money.
Again, though, that's just because investors saw value in her ideas. That's normal. That happens to every indie creator,
Right.
or every successful indie creator always has to have funding.
But the creator of The Amazing Digital Circus actually turned down a deal from, I think, Amazon. They just wanted to make their own thing.
Yeah. So that's the thing. The thing is everyone's got to figure out a way to make money, and every film is a business. You're going to be going to people and asking for help with getting finances, so then you can be able to make your thing.
Yeah.
Some people are luckier than others. That's for sure. But that's always going to be a factor. Movies are not made with no money. It's just not a thing. You need money for location releases. You need money for insurance. You need money for talent. You need money for editors. Like you really need money for everything.
Yeah.
The minimum, maybe if you're super lucky, the minimum your production will cost would be maybe $50,000. Maybe.
Oh, well, that's today's money versus what was made back
No, I
in
was
the day.
gonna say, but for her though, her funding for her school, right? She went to Ringling, right?
No,
That's
it.
no, School of Visual Arts.
What?
She went to some successful animation school. That's no problem. I went to a film school. I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's still nonetheless success coming from. That's still success coming from the bottom. Like
Mhm.
you don't get a leg up by going to some prodigious school or whatever. That doesn't happen.
The creator of Being a Man, the Maxwell Adams, went to the Now to Fun He Was.
No, but it does help to have
And
those
he was,
connections.
well,
You can
yeah,
make those
but
connections on LinkedIn. It's still
they
just
call
growing from the ground up. Again, she still had to get into that school in the first place, and to get into schools like that, you still need to go through an application process. And oftentimes, they still do whittle out students based on their own already existing talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I was just gonna say Maxwell Adams is considered the U.S. animation success story because of his solid.
Like I have a lot of criticisms of Vivid Pop, but I think she still is absolutely like an indie success story. She started off with the YouTube. Sure, she went to a solid enough art school, but she used those talents intelligently and created a solid YouTube channel, and is now at a point where she's able to now talk with big studios on making much bigger projects. And I guarantee she probably is eligible to join the Writers Guild of America because of it. So that is
Nice.
like a monumental success story.
Oh, yeah.
She worked.
And frankly, I like as much as I have criticism of Hazman Hotel, again, mostly logistical. Jesus Christ, how did Vaggie not know that angelic weapons can hurt angels?
Yeah.
As much as I have criticism for her work, I hope to see her go really fucking far. She might be a little bit of a fucking creep, but I hope to see more creators like her continue to grow and thrive, because that's a good sign for all of us, frankly.
Yeah. I hope she's not.
She's a pretty decent inspiration for all of us indie workers out there.
Yep.
Except me, I'm my own inspiration because I'm perfect.
Okay. I'm making a cartoon now, but
I am Optimus Prime.
it'll take a while until it's done.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm animating it by hand and doing it.
Meanwhile, I'm just over here trying to see if I can get my ducks in a row on any of the projects that I had in mind. At least, you know, getting my story together, getting my characters together, because I think one of the rules of writing is you gotta know how you start your story, and you also have to know how it ends before you even write your first chapter. Or your first draft, rather.
I'm not sure I agree.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Typically, how I do things is I don't think at all about the ending. And what I do is I make my characters so distinct and force them into a situation where it's going to cause the most drama possible. And then from there, the ending sort of just comes naturally from how everything sort of ties together. As long as you cross your T's and dot your I's, yeah, you got an ending.
Because I could have sworn that was one of the rules that Pixar goes off of.
Pixar's rules, I don't know how to describe it. So Pixar,
Are they more
I think
guidelines than rules?
Yeah.
they're more like guidelines than actual rules. Welcome aboard the Black Pearl, Miss Turner.
You best not believing those stories this time. You're in
Good
one.
one. I think I'll say this: there's only one rule to storytelling, and I think this is a universal rule that everyone should follow. This is as objective as possible. You must do it. Just make it make sense. That's the one rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
In
I
the
were
same
to
way
do
that
I
2 plus
wouldn't
2
know how to do it.
equals 4.
Right, like you just have to do it. Like if your story does not add up internally, you don't have a story. You have a loose collection of words that give effects.
Or just a whole bunch of things happening, and it's like, okay.
I learned that the
Basically,
hard
you get
way.
the last try.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh yeah, everyone does really. Like it's a good way to sort of grow and learn, hone your craft and stuff. But what I think is interesting is I get this comment a lot. I get people saying, "Well, why are you an authority on this stuff? You're just a guy on the internet." And I'm like, Yeah, I am. Just like how fucking Joseph Campbell is just a guy who wrote a book because he noticed a couple patterns in different stories. Or how Dan Harmon was just a guy who wrote a funny show and then made a story circle. We make shit up. That's how this stuff goes. Like, there's no concrete rules on how to write a story. You can write a story however the fuck you want, just as long as it makes sense. Just that's literally the base
What?
qualification for a story.
So, would even if the story itself wasn't very good, if it at least made sense, you'd give it a pass?
If it made sense, that is quite literally the metric for what makes it good. Does it have a strong
I agree
thematic
with
through
them.
line that makes it that's like logically cohesive? Are the characters internally consistent with themselves and their motivations are clearly defined and they make logical sense for the information you've already established? Is the plot itself, does it all add up in terms of the minutiae and the details and stuff? The world building, is that all cohesive with itself? It just making sense is quite literally just how you make it good. So if it
You
makes
know
sense, yeah,
how
it's good.
your story makes sense when your fan base it remains unified, right? So notice how when Kathleen Kennedy came out with her Star Wars trilogy, how it was completely divided in half. That's
Yeah.
because of
The
the
unfortunate thing is most people can't even like accurately describe why those films are bad, in spite of the fact that they're so obviously bad, which is
You,
really embarrassing on the part of.
I
you know what else?
I will say that they're not worth it. Anyway.
You know what else?
Hmm.
Apparently, Ryan Johnson didn't want his like. He said this like before, but apparently he doesn't encourage his movies to be like universally praised. He wants people to just be divided.
So that's a metatextual thing that I think is, for one, obnoxious and pretentious as hell, but also two, um, I don't really care what a writer wants their film to be externally because the film has material value internally. Like, if I make a movie that has a staunch message that is like, I don't know, anti-colonial, for example, and I do everything I can to make sure that that story is objectively an anti-colonial story with its own text and subtext. And it doesn't matter what I want the film's goal to be. It has proven itself on its own merits. It's like it's the whole death of the author thing. Sometimes authors can not fully understand what they're making, and in the case of Ryan Johnson, in trying to divide people, he unfortunately sacrificed basic fucking cohesion in his Star Wars films,
Yeah.
or his Star Wars film, because he's never getting another one. And yeah, he kind of broke the Star Wars universe with one film. Granted, it was plenty broken before he came aboard. It was
Yeah.
broken
But it was-
with the prequels. It was broken with Force
But
Awakens.
but
He
also
was even broken with
potentially
Return of the
ruined.
Jedi. But I think the goal should never be, oh yes, this is how I want my audience to be engaged with it, because you're breaking the fourth wall at that point.
Right.
Don't ever think, oh, this is how I want my audience to engage with it. Think,
Now to some
does this work
extent,
for my characters? Does this work for my world?
Yeah, Homestuck could get away with that to some extent because it was naturally inclined to be a conversation between the comic and the audience. But more often than not, it just decided to sacrifice good storytelling or good character development for the sake of, hey audience, fuck you.
Right.
I've never seen Homestuck.
See,
Homestuck
that's the
is a
thing that I
webcomic.
always find. I always find it annoying when writers try to almost give. It's like when writers try and do everything they can to make you cry. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't do that. Show me why this character would cry. Don't give me a reason to cry. I should be your focus. I'm an audience member. You're a writer. Your job is not to make me feel something. Your job is to tell a cohesive story.
it's a
The job of the
story,
marketing
not
team is to
a
make
the
me cry.
director-
Make
it's a
me
story,
attached.
not a
And
psychology.
the director's job at that point is just to visualize everything into how it would play out visually.
Yeah, it's just like presentation. And I mean, directing is one of those weird things where it is a really subjective thing. Like whether or not shot composition and stuff lines up for the audience's own personal aesthetic appreciation of something, or the sound design. Like a lot of that is artistic, and as such, that is subjective. But writing is definitely more than just art. It is also communication. Communication is as objective as could be. It is quite literally 2 + 2 is 4. Like if I communicate something poorly, you can definitively quantify that. And if I am telling a story, I am trying to communicate ideas. I'm trying to give an idea of characters, of a world, of themes. And yeah, I should logically be able to tell those well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lucasfilm lost the plot decades ago and does not understand that to this day. Fuck you, Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, Lucasfilm.
Well, I'm sorry. When it comes to George himself, I can't share sympathy, bro. He knew what he was doing, and he did it out of greed, and he's paying the price for it. He's seeing his baby, his dream, as a creative. He's seeing it fall, and we know what happens when you give your dreams over to a corporate company.
I feel a little bit bad in the sense that he also knew he was not going to be around forever, and he needed the studio to still exist for the sake of a lot of people's jobs. So that's one element of it. That being said, he absolutely did have his own selfish reasons for it. He got $4.5 billion out of it, but he has donated most of that to charity. So that I think that is sweet. But yeah, no, it's a mess.
I'm glad he gave the money to those in need.
Yeah, he put it towards black art schools and stuff. He's just a chill dude mostly. Sometimes
That's good.
I have criticism of George, but it's more so in his not writing dialogue, because I think people always go to dialogue is cringe. Cringe is subjective. I think my biggest issues with George is that he flip flops on what he wants in his stories. Either he'll want the Force to be some sort of omnipresent, ever sort of impactful, material, objective thing in his world, while also wanting to have the Force be this non-active player in his world. It can't be both. That's not how that works. You're talking about an omniscient presence. So that's just weird. He's the weird world builder. He's a good ideas man. That's what I'll give him.
Yeah, he's a really good ideas man. Just story artists. Animated movies for ideas.
Yeah. I don't know, give it to Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio. Actually, not Terry Rossio. That guy's kind of an asshole, but still.
Was he the one who said the N-word?
Yep. It sucks. He did Aladdin, Shrek, and the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, so that breaks my heart a little bit. But oh well. What can you do?
I am gonna fall asleep, but this was fun.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Happy New Year, Bill.
Well, I got that power cell, so.
Nice. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, fam.
What's that?
It's still 9:30 over where I'm at.
11:36 where I'm at.
Nice.
What was the thing? I just had something. It went away.
Great balls of eco! There seems to be a large lurker presence in the spider caves.
Great. Sounds like a real cheery place. Let me guess. There are
I'm sitting away.
spiders in the spider caves.
I wanted to see his reaction knowing
Of course there are spiders
I'm watching
in spider
Hangover
caves,
Part 3.
but that's the least of your problems. The lurkers
You know,
are
it's the one with the
crystals
giraffe.
concentrated dark eco. You've got to destroy the crystals before those monsters
Talked
get
about
their
that before,
hands
didn't
on
we?
them. Up to it!
Who are you talking to?
There's lurker troops in the mountains.
Backbox.
Eh.
Huh. The heat shield's going to need even more power to withstand the lava.
Didn't the MC say something about the Hangover saying it's not funny to decapitate a giraffe for comedy?
Oh yeah, he did.
Well, I want to know his reaction knowing I'm watching it right now.
I think he said that you shouldn't just do stuff just for the sake of doing stuff for comedy. I am still missing that one precursor orb. And then you have these fuckers. Well, that was sweet.
You have no idea. Pain of
Let's see here.
the parking lot of a fucking liquor store.
Yeah.
I will eat Doug Walker.
You'll eat what? What?
Eat Doug
He is
Walker.
bald.
Who's Doug Walker?
Nostalgia critic.
Bald.
I'm sorry, what?
The
The nostalgia critic.
Oh, why does that matter?
Bald. It's like I said in my alt account. My friend gave my alt account admin permissions on his server, and I just made an announcement. My whole
decided that.
identity with the alt account is just that he's like this evil maniac. Anyways, I
Yeah.
made an announcement saying, "If you're white, run."
You know, I think I've decided that I like you. You seem to know your way around the industry.
Do I, or am I just a maniac?
No, you seem pretty educated to me.
Maybe,
But you do
I don't
have
know.
to be kind of insane in order to tackle the industry in that way.
So true. I have no social life anymore.
Rip.
And that is more than okay, especially in today's economy.
So true. I mean, I got like trying to get projects off the ground, and I'm a broadcasting director, and I'm a YouTuber. So rip my social life. I got like fucking like 3 friends that I still talk with. It's weird.
It's okay. I don't
It's
have.
filling, working on your own projects and stuff.
I have family that actively goes against what I'm trying to do.
I say kill them.
What?
Just kill them. They have vital organs that can be sold on the black market. Easy.
I love this dude.
So, all right, here's a fun little fact. The human liver can go for about $575,000 on the black market, and you can remove 80% of your liver and still live. And the kicker, it regrows in a matter of weeks. It's the only organ in the body to do so. So, if you wanted
We should find a way to
theoretically,
copy that so that we can grow all our limbs.
I mean, you could do that, or even funnier, you could have basically an organ donation slave. Basically, chain them up into your basement and do operations on them to remove portions of their liver. Then you sell those, make a shit ton of money, and then just give them food, give them water, do all that shit, and they'll regrow their liver in a matter of weeks. Rinse and repeat.
And then the cops
I guess you can
bust down your
nickname them
boat.
I guess you can nickname that person Prometheus.
Brought fire to mankind.
Yeah, there's liver eaten out by a vulture every day.
I am a vulture. There's your morbid fact of the day.
Until I think Hercules set him free.
That fucking guy. I know he's from that epic Disney movie, Hercules. Actually, wouldn't his name be Heracles in that case? Because the Prometheus is Greek, and then Heracles is the Greek name.
Yeah.
They're the
Yeah,
same
but-
fucking myth, but just different names. I love how
It's
the
just-
Romans just came in and said, "Oh yes, Greek stuff. Let's steal everything."
I give them new names.
The Romans are so funny. I love Rome. It's like, oh yes, you have this wonderful thing. Time for us to steal it. And then all the planets were named after the Roman versions. Imagine if instead of Jupiter, it was Zeus.
Well, get this. they got this information for playing Avatar, the game, based on the James Cameron movie. Apparently, that's what the planets in the Alpha Centauri system are named.
Right, like Polyphemus is the Cyclops, Pandora's box. Makes sense.
Like, they have like planets in the same formation as our solar system. They're equivalent to Mercury. They call it Hermes, and Venus, Aphrodite, Earth, Gaia, Mars,
I thought
Aries.
it was pronounced Gaia.
Yeah, it's Gaia.
I thought it was Gaia.
Dude, it's Gaia. Fuck,
Gaia.
Well, according to this game, it's spelled Gaea.
Come on, Sonic
yeah,
Unleashed
that's
got
right,
this
Gaia.
right.
It's still pronounced Gaia, but it can be spelled that way too.
I mean, it's the suffix to Pangea.
Fair. I have never played Avatar the game. Unfortunately, it's not canon, which is kind of sad, but
Damn it.
yeah. Frontiers of Pandora is canon.
You know, they
There
even
it
have a
is.
planet in the Alpha
There
Centauri
it is.
system called
Holy shit!
Vulcan.
I finally found it. That damn last precursor ore.
Nice. Yeah, Vulcan. If I could name a planet anything, I'd want to name it Arrakis.
Ooh, I like that. I actually, so I've been doing a
Arrakis
D&D.
is which god or goddess?
It is from Dune.
Ah,
So I
Son of
actually
Zayn.
I've been doing a Ruby D&D campaign
I
for
could name a planet
media.
after a god, though.
Wait, what?
Geez, that idea though, you said it.
No, I'm trying to think. Like, what would I name? What would I name a planet if I could name it after a god? Oh, the
Yeah.
sea. He's a pretty cool god. But in all seriousness,
Oh,
I was just making
you.
a self dick sucking joke.
Calypso.
What god would I
mean,
name?
you know what's really funny? Calypso is basically the goddess of the seas, and you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, the literal personification of the oceans. And yet, anytime we
Calypso would be
mention
a cool
Calypso,
planet.
we always think of, you know, like some of the best tropical drinks or just island getaway. Meanwhile, the oceans are so freaking unpredictable, it's insane.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. God, I hate when people try and say Davy Jones is right. Calypso betrayed him. Calypso didn't betray him. Calypso is the sea. Davy Jones spent 10 years with her. He's just a fucking idiot. That's like the whole point of his character. He's a self-centered idiot who didn't look beyond his basic view of the world. And he's my favorite villain of all time.
No, I
Or one of them, at least.
fell in love with. Same story, different version.
Oh,
He's just literally
a
me.
rattlesnake with a Gatling gun for a tail. Oh, that's dull as a rock. But, no.
Wow, brother. Thirsty?
I just love how condescending Rattlesnake Jake sounds in that introduction. Like he knows
Better
that
to kill
Rango's-
them Jenkins, brother. There's only one bullet.
Yeah, it's like he knows that Rango is so full of shit that he will just make himself look stupid if he tries to do anything to dispute it.
He's just awesome.
You know,
God.
Classic Man D. He even compared Death from Puss Last Wish to Rattlesnake Jake.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Rattlesnake Jake is definitely a character who's kind of just a force of nature in Rango. What I would do to be able to fucking talk with Gore Verbinski, man, I would do fucking anything. I asked Jim in his follow-up email, like, dude, do you think Gore would be interested in doing an interview? And he said, unfortunately, he's not interested in talking about his older projects. Because I do know there was a period where he was kind of like blacklisted by the industry because he had a couple box office flops.
Bruh.
But he's apparently just like anything he's worked on already, he just doesn't care about. He just moves on to the next thing.
Well, it's probably
He said he's
because
tried to
he
get them to
had,
do like interviews and
probably
stuff for
because he
Pirates
was
or Rango and stuff, but
massive crunch
it just hasn't
time.
worked out. But
Not even Mouse Hunt?
I do anything to talk with Gore, especially about pirates.
Or The Ring?
Not really a horror guy, but pirates. Oh, pirates. I'd do fucking anything to talk about pirates with Gore Verbinski. Just imagine the fucking title and thumbnail for my video. It would just be Talking Pirates of the Caribbean with Gore Verbinski. The thumbnail would be like, he directed this. Like, God. Oh, I wish. I'll see if I can get John Knoll. He's the head of ILM right now, so I assume he'd be busy as shit. But he's the guy who was leading the VFX team for the Cursed Crew and the Crew of the Dutchman.
Nice.
Yep. I'd also like to see if I could maybe get in contact with Crash McCreary. I have no idea if he's even alive anymore. But if Crash McCreary's still around, I'd love to get in contact with him and talk about Pirates as well, because he was also big in the concept art department for those movies. He's also worked on a lot of shit too, Jurassic Park and Terminator and stuff. But man, I want to talk with him about Davy Jones. His whole design. So good.
It is just fantastic. It's like, okay, how are we gonna bring to life one of the most well-known legends of the sea? And damn, they cooked with it.
Well, you really got to consider that decision because, you know, if you get that wrong, that's your name dragged through the mud. That's a tall order. That's a big shoe to fill. You know, when you're new, I mean, companies don't take, like, AAA companies, $1 trillion companies don't take risks for a reason. They are afraid of falling off. But they can afford to fall off. They can sell assets and liquidate for reimbursement. When you're a studio, when you're by yourself or you're an indie studio, you have to make smart decisions from the get-go. You do not have a choice.
Here's the thing. I have wanted to make something, a story involving pirates. And you know the one so I have a writing partner, and the one thing I told him one rule that I want to follow. We are not touching Davy Jones. There is a level of respect I have for how they took a legend that doesn't really have concrete origins, that everyone knows. Everyone knows Davy Jones Locker. And they turned him into one of the most impactful villains in the past fucking 50 years of filmmaking. And frankly, I never want to touch that character for that very reason. He is just that well executed, and the design is perfect. And it's just like, if I were to just touch that character, I'd almost feel wrong to touch Davy Jones outside of the context of Pirates of the Caribbean. In my mind, that character belongs to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. That's just how I see him in my mind. So I'll never, ever touch Davy Jones, ever, no matter what. Too much respect.
I completely understand that.
Yep.
You fear death.
I got it.
Please fear death. If I ever hear Doug Walker try that impression again, I'm gonna strangle him. I'll crush his larynx with the force.
Give him laryngitis again.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the force. Yeah.
That was some really good foreshadowing, by the way, for how it gets destroyed later.
True, yeah. The first two Star Wars movies, man, they are lightning in a bottle that they've not been able to recapture since Andor, or until Andor.
Lurkers have been excavating the dark caves over there. Seems they're looking for precursor artifacts.
Oh man, I want to watch Pirates again. Fuck, is that raining outside? Oh gosh, fireworks.
Willard, feed your bird.
Oh yeah, it's New Year's in like 8 minutes here.
Same here.
I'm in Florida.
I'm in Michigan.
I don't live here, but
All you
I'm in
need
Florida
is
right
a nice bottle of rum to crack open and bring in 2024.
Oh, you want to know something kind of sad? I don't drink. But for Christmas, my mom got me rum cakes. That's pretty cool.
So, you don't drink.
Yeah.
You're never concerned about the rum?
Why is the rum always gone?
Well, I've got some lychee flavored
I'll put the rum
sake here.
down.
It's actually quite good.
I just drink good old
Hello.
dihydrogen monoxide. I know everyone who drinks it dies at some point, but oh well.
I think
Below
I
the
think
rum.
some kids at one high school back in the day made a petition of, bringing awareness to dihydrogen monoxide and how dangerous it is, and then people started catching on. It was like, wait, that's just water.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Where's the remote?
Yeah, it's I just love that people fall for that so easily. Like I remember telling my parents about the risk of dihydrogen monoxide, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "It's water, you dumbasses."
Where's the remote?
I do that with my friends too. I just love freaking people out. It's fun.
Oh, here it is.
Could he actually have...
Oh, see?
Yes.
We've got to get to Precursor City.
You played this game?
Actually, surprisingly, I haven't. Like 8 months ago, a friend of mine was playing through it on Discord VC though, so I've seen all the levels and stuff. It's really cool.
Which game is
Yeah,
that?
I like this one. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
So actually, because of the winter sale on Steam, I did buy it today too. I bought it with the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection and what the fuck else did I get? That might have been it actually. I don't remember. I'm Joe Biden. I got dementia.
Oh, God.
Oh, fun fact.
Jack.
So my opening joke in that Lord English video, where I said something to the effect of me rambling on about the comic's final boss would make about as much sense as your dementia-afflicted grandpappy after taking a substantial amount of cocaine that his meds got swapped out for. I had Biden in mind for that, and then I thought, no. I'm not gonna kick the hornet's nest. That would be funny as shit, but...
Joe Biden, I need your help to pass the healthcare. Here's this. It seems your prams expand. I'm sorry, have you seen that fucking, that Maxar Metal Gear Rising video? It's so funny.
No.
Oh, it's perfect.
I'm aware
It's
of
where
the incorrect quote of "That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you
back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
And the thing
Imagine a
is
world
that...
where I'm free of cancel culture. A world where I can say the N-word. What?
What the hell?
I love that video so fucking much. I love too, like, Metal Gear Rising came out in 2013, and it always had like a bit of a presence in meme culture because the game's plot is insane and weirdly well written for a game that is basically a glorified hack and slash shitpost.
I think the funniest thing
that video brought it back.
about Metal Gear Rising for me is that the first boss music goes hard enough to be a fucking final boss theme.
And it's funny how every song afterwards just gets better and better and just goes so hard every time. Like the boss music in that game, for every boss, is insight into their psyche, how they see the world, their backstories. It's so fucking cool. Technically speaking, that game counts as a musical. I would love to make an action movie like that, where it's like a musical in the technical sense of music that gives insight to characterization during action scenes. I think that'd be awesome, because I've always said this. Musicals and action movies are pretty fucking similar if you really break it down. I mean, you only lead into music or action at the peak emotional climax of a sequence, so, you know. And heavy metal is fun.
Yes.
I
Yes, it
agree.
is.
Holy shit, Dude, I really
I like
this
shit
game.
that's like edgier than a fucking Sonic OC, man. Like, let's just make it crazy.
Damn it.
I want it to be like edgier than fucking like 14-year-olds on Reddit.
No, see, I wish that they'd bring back the good shit, right? I wish that they would bring back that early 2000s black trench coat, shades, fucking pump action shotgun on the side. It's raining
hell yeah.
outside. You got those
Everything was a
edgy
ripoff
boots,
of the
snap
Matrix.
boots.
And chicken.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Just X-Men in black leather.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Yes, actually.
That only
There's a
took
whole
20
middle ground, too,
fucking
like,
years.
spandex is not a material a superhero suit would even be made out of unless you're Spider-Man because of the aerodynamics of it. But like for most superheroes, you wouldn't want to wear spandex. It's reflective and thin and barely protects your body. You'd want some kind of like Kevlar padding, you know.
Yeah.
That's actually what I like about the MCU. People talk about like over-designed suits, but like the reality is you kind of have to have over-designed. Like Captain America can't be wearing a skin-tight jumpsuit. He's got to be wearing basically armor if he's a soldier.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
in this last minute before the year ends, I'd like to say this phrase that sums up everything I went through this year. Love hurts.
In this last minute before, I want to say one word that sums up my entire existence. Man, I'm kind of hungry. Honestly, if it's gonna sound weird, New Year's is kind of nothing for me. It's just like, oh, cool, another day.
Yeah,
Yay.
no, yeah. I think we're all at that point too.
Oh, I mean, just years passing is not really a fun thing for me. I'm at a point in life now where it's like, ooh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Let's not think of that.
Like, I'm just regularly at the point, like staying up on New Year's as a kid was something special. Nowadays, I can easily stay up until midnight, but then again, I think it's just because I work the night shift at Walmart, and so it's kind of required for me to stay up until midnight.
Oh yeah, sometimes I get home from work at midnight. Like I work nights, right? The show's at night, and it's like 40 minutes away from my place. So whatever, I get home and boom, there, nighttime. Woo! And like staying up to midnight, no problem. Like I fucking chill. I play video games. I'll maybe watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Fucking time.
okay.
God, I gotta rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean. My obsession is unhealthy. I am aware of that fact. However, it's really cool.
I mean, I don't blame you.
It's just epic. And Bill Nye plays an octopus man and automatically makes it amazing.
Bill Nye also played a rattlesnake with a Gatling gun for a tail.
Bill Nye also played fucking Mewtwo. That was weird.
Bill Nye also voiced a kind of demoted brat.
I just played a goose and fucking, or like a duck in Wild Robot. I haven't seen Wild Robot yet, but I know he plays it like a duck. Ducks are cool. Except for male ducks, they're fucking freaky with how they do their thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Urgh.
Oh, she's dead. It's 2025
hey there,
now.
Hey there, demons. It's me, ya boy.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm a demon. I'm just evil. Hey, I hear the fireworks out of... Are those fireworks over the ocean? No, I don't see anything. I don't like fireworks. They get too much sensory overload. When I was at Disney World yesterday, I basically wanted to leave the Magic Kingdom as soon as fireworks hit. Like, I just don't like fireworks at all.
Fair enough.
It's too much. Oh, that's loud. That's over the ocean.
Over you.
Fucking parking lot? What the hell? That's
Okay.
in the fucking parking lot. Oh my god. Give me a second, my dog's gonna hate this.
I have a cat on my lap, so...
Oh my god, too. That's why we had to calm her down a bit.
I certainly hope no one's firing off fireworks over here, because it's been unusually warm and dry
Wow.
this December. And of course, you know, Wyoming, we have so much grassland. And when you have a bunch of dry grassland, you can kind
Put
of
it out
guess
in the
what...
tall, dry
what's-
grass. I'm sorry, Magma, I didn't interrupt you. I was quoting the clues. Yeah, it's an accident waiting to happen.
Yes.
Just prefer it if it didn't.
Damn, that rock looks like a skull.
However, wildfires have become so frequent they don't get a reaction out of people anymore.
Oh yeah, I accidentally started a wildfire. My bad.
Fucking hell.
What? I just wanted to smoke cigarettes in the woods.
Smokey the Bear is gonna come find your ass.
If I did actually smoke, my lungs would just collapse. I'm not equipped for that.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind the smell of tobacco smoke, but I'm asthmatic, so like
Same.
I don't think of it very much because it's more on the mild end. Like, you get me really, really active, and then there's all that huffing and puffing, trying to catch my breath. But nothing like
I just sound like
life-threatening.
Darth Vader after a
Somebody
while.
grab my freaking inhaler before I die.
Yeah.
Freaking fireworks, man. So
Oh, the perfect gift to summarize New Year's. I just posted in my Pirate Emporium chat on my server. Just Jack looking at his compass, sailing away.
Yo-ho.
Oh, I love those movies. Okay, I just have to say this. Doug Walker's criticisms, specifically of At World's End, really infuriate me. He is such a fucking numbskull.
I know.
His entire criticism of that movie boiled, like the smoking gun he had at the end of the video. The smoking fucking gun it's just too long. Like,
No.
is there a maximum runtime for a film you want to discuss? If you want to make an authoritative claim that it's too long being the descriptor here that you have to actually substantiate.
I mean, it is longer than TikTok videos, so...
That's not true. But like, if it's too long, okay. What would you cut? What's that? You can't cut anything because it's damn airtight, and sometimes films are going to be long? Shocker.
You know what's crazy, though?
And Doug wishes he could stand in a
Apparently-
bucket as majestically as Davy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the script for At World's End wasn't even finished when they started shooting that one.
No, it was finished.
That shows that it's bad.
Kind of. So, At
Hey,
World's
I'm
End
not-
and Dead Man's Chest were a dual production, so they filmed them both back to back. So they were filmed as one film, basically. The script for both films was not finished by the time they started the joint production. Dead Man's Chest was the one they didn't have things finished for. By the time of At World's
Oh.
End, everything was done.
I heard that in Film Brain's review of it. Yeah, he didn't like it either.
Who?
Film Brain.
He sounds like an idiot.
Well, he was once associated with Channel Awesome. So.
That explains everything. Fucking Gen X, man. I have a coworker who's a Gen Xer, and I trust his media takes about as far as I can throw him. He also just doesn't understand the basic concept of objectivity, so I'll say something's bad, and he'll be like, why didn't you like it? And I said, I never said I didn't like it.
The other thing with the Powerpuff Girls movie, that Doug was basically, oh, we know what's gonna happen. You've seen the show. I think kids can connect the dots. And it's like, you regularly treat children like they're idiots. And also, what's wrong with having an origin story? It's a tightly written origin story.
Right, if it's a prequel, then what the fuck do you think we're watching this for? We know how it's gonna end. We're just trying to see how it gets there. That's the point of a prequel.
Exactly. And I also
Yeah.
mentioned that if Doug wants to tango with talking about gorillas, at that point I'd be tuning into every single what have you that monitors volcanic eruptions because I might get so freaking angry that it sets off Yellowstone.
Please don't do that.
My thing is more tidal waves, but like, you know, we all have our sort of style, you know.
You know, and like I've said many times, whenever he talks about a movie based on a comic book, he really doesn't get it.
Of course he doesn't. He's a
It
fucking
really
idiot.
it gets on my nerves so badly. Like freaking X-Men, he keeps comparing those movies to the cartoon.
Guess what?
Like,
It's not the cartoon. I'm not even a fan of
it's
the
not.
live action X Men movies all that much, but to compare them to a literal different medium is disingenuous as hell. It's a complete fallacy. It's an adaptational fallacy. I always bring this up to people. Just because it's not like the thing you like does not make it necessarily bad. It just means it's different. Sometimes it can
True.
be bad, but all that really matters is that it stands on its own legs, not that it panders to something you like from another continuity. So when
Exactly.
people say, "Oh, MCU Spider-Man is bad because he uses Stark technology," it's like, okay, it would actually be worse if a Peter Parker was established to exist in a universe where he did not take maximum advantage of the technology available to him. I'd actually say that's way worse writing if that would happen.
Because I used to think that way. I feel like an idiot now.
Well, he
Like,
didn't
No,
like
don't be an idiot.
the technological usage.
yeah, it was that plus the fact that his villains had more beef with Tony Stark than actually Peter.
Here's the thing, though. Just with the state of the MCU, that would just sort of naturally happen. You couldn't have Spider-Man introduced into the MCU late in the game and then have it where villains would have beef, especially with Spider-Man being a new superhero. Of course, they're going to have more beef with the bigger superheroes who exist and actually have impacts on the world, you know?
Yeah, knock it off. It was too late at night for this stuff. Some got a big guy came towards us. Get out of here, brother. All right. That's the way you want to play.
Granted, I'm not going to call MCU Spider-Man good. I'll just make that clear. Those movies are not good. I think the closest one we get to good is Homecoming, which also happens to be the best live-action Spider-Man movie, period, at a grand total of a 5 out of 10.
Of what you said, The Amazing Spider-Man isn't good?
Oh, The Amazing Spider-Man is definitely not good.
Aw.
I was gonna
No,
say,
there's,
to kind of illustrate what C was saying, the Sonic movies, do they have a different continuity from the games? Yeah, but at least they try to give their own twist on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just do your own thing as long as it's good. Like that should be the only requirement people have for any form of adaptation. I mean, the reality is, Lord of the Rings, some of the most acclaimed films of all time, are not in any way, shape, or form faithful to the books they're adapting. Like, if you actually break it down, they're really not faithful at all.
Okay.
They make so many changes of characterization, reorganizing scenes, shuffling motivations around. They basically just did what they did because not everything in a book or a comic or a video game works well in live action. Sometimes you just need to change things.
That's what I keep saying. Like, I'm probably gonna. I know people don't really like this franchise, especially because the creators. Very controversial, to put it lightly. That's what I like to say about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just really like those movies. I'm watching them through right now.
I mean, fair enough. I've seen those movies like once through and don't remember shit from them, so.
It's just people just really get mad because they don't include everything.
I mean, yeah, you just because
didn't
if we
mention
can.
X, therefore bias. It's like, get this.
Yeah, it's like not everything is able to be covered in a movie. I mean, a movie's runtime is typically going to be like 2 hours long, you know, so like you can't cover a full book. I'm wrestling with an idea of adept. I'm not going to say what it is just to sort of keep what I'm working on under wraps for now, but I'm working on adapting an older book from way back in the day. I've just had thoughts about like what I want to do with it, and the reality is I actually do have to do some work shuffling things around, just because what would work for a film or show or whatever just doesn't always work in a book, and vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
It's true.
And also, books are weird too, because you really break it down, you're gonna have like 20 pages of just characters expressing their thoughts, and then you actually get to real material things you can show on screen, you know?
Ain't that movie fun? It's not that I dislike the guy, it's just he had a whole series breaking down the Harry Potter movies to the books, and people in the comments were like, oh, it's bad because whatever. And some of the stuff they say isn't even really true.
Well, those people are cringe nene babies, and they don't deserve love.
Like,
just like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. and the fact they're working on a reboot right now too.
Oh, come on.
Hollywood.
The first movie came out 23 years ago. The last one came out 13 years ago. So they're still somewhat fresh in people's minds, especially with constant.
Sorry, Jack Daxter also came out 23 years ago.
Especially because with constant re-releases and re-airings on TV, it's a big pop culture phenomenon, and it's not easy to give us a new version, expect us to take it easily. Like,
the day Pirates of the Caribbean gets rebooted is the day I march into Disney HQ and I look Bob Iger in the face and I tell him, I will find you. I know where you live.
I did not sound like fireworks. Didn't they say
You know it's gonna happen eventually because companies don't enjoy taking risks. They're not gonna hire the new guy with a vision of a new story. They're gonna sit there and look at what they already have.
You know what's funny to me though?
Especially Western media, is so shit because
it's so easy to expand the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise without actually having to do anything that's too risky or too new. You can do comics, you can do TV shows, you can do video games, you can do a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't have to deal with any of the bullshit baggage of Johnny Depp or anything like that.
Down their neck. It's like, bro, who cares about diversity? Just let the story flow. As long as the story flows and people like it, they'll give you money.
Also, the rides have their own cast of characters too. Like Pirates of the Caribbean is a franchise that has existed long before Johnny Depp was even born.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was in the concept phases in the early '60s. So I don't know why people are all like, "Oh yeah, no Johnny, no pirates." Pirates existed before Johnny. Like, come on, fuck off.
It's like I'm pretty sure they can figure out a way to make pirates work without Johnny Depp.
Right. That's not hard. Like, Jack Sparrow is one character in this world of pirates. And again, the 60s Pirates ride from Disneyland has its own story, its own mythos. It's literally just a fantasy world where pirates are more powerful than they were in our real history. That's it. That's literally it. Run wild with that.
But they don't think about that. They just think about their truth and what they can do to flaunt it in their creations.
Oh yeah.
And that's what's really pissing me off is that, you know, people, especially Hollywood, they think that they need to put a message in everything, right? Like,
to be fair, what is a story without a theme?
Like, tell like a good story. Like themes shouldn't be like fundamental. Like they should like build off of the good story, which is the foundation of it.
Well,
the
Hollywood
theme is the
doesn't care
foundation.
about that.
The theme is literally the core idea that holds everything together. You extrapolate characters and story from theme.
Well, the thing is that like these
you're right. You're right.
I actually found when I actually applied there, right, and I actually went in for like an interview and shit. There were times where there was a couple times for a couple of these studios where there's like, oh hell no, we're not hiring a white guy right now.
Yeah, let's not get too.
I was like, are you serious?
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking get in your business, man, but I mean, the themes and messages and stuff in media, that's more than fine. And if a writer so chooses to present a certain idea, which absolutely a writer should do, if you're making a story, you absolutely need a theme of some kind. Then yeah, tell whatever the hell story you want. If that story happens to be something that is well crafted, that's really all that matters, is just that it's well crafted. It doesn't have to be something you agree with or not. It just has to be good.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something I said earlier. I was
What was
thinking
it?
like themes shouldn't like justify bad writing.
Oh yeah, no, themes
It's
are
like
never an excuse for bad writing. You have to make sure your story's like good first.
it's like when people were defending Last Jedi, they were just going like, but it's who cares about those little things? It's just that's what the movie's really about, all that stuff. I can't
Right.
believe I used to be like that.
Oh yeah, I used to. Well, that
Yeah,
happens.
themes are more of the frosting and sprinkles that you put on a cake. It's not supposed to be the actual cake.
Right. It like
Like-
you can't. Actually, I'd liken it more to eggs. It's a binder. It holds everything together on a chemical level. But then you got to make sure that everything else works with that theme. So if you're going to make a film that is, I'll just use an example, right? Let's do a film about the theme of stopping to smell the roses. Just sort of slowing down and being able to sort of see the beauty in the small things. Okay, who is our protagonist? Oh, a racer. Someone who needs to learn to stop and smell the roses. Like literally stop and smell the roses because he's going so fast. All right, cool. Then what do we do to make it so he's in a position where he could stop to smell the roses? Well, what would a racer do that would naturally stop them from going fast? To get in a car accident. Okay. Then what kind of person or thing or something would get them in a position where they would stop and smell the roses? Maybe he falls in love with someone. You know, someone who makes him see a new side to life. Maybe the nurse, right? And then they start to grow connected and stuff. What kind of drama could then be extrapolated from that? Well, he wants to get back into the races. Why does he want to get back in the races? Oh, this is where you can get into some fun, additive sort of drama and sort of all the fun shit involving character psychology, right? Maybe he does racing because he had an upbringing where he felt inadequate. Maybe he had XYZ issue of feeling like stopping and sort of contemplating things or seeing beauty and appreciating small things was seen as weak or something like that. You know, maybe he had very business or goal-oriented parents who instilled that in him. Maybe he uses it as an escape, or maybe the adrenaline is just what keeps him going in life. You can do a lot in terms of that. And then the drama would just come from, well, he wants to get back in it so badly. He wants to get back into racing, but man, his new girlfriend now, she's really, forcing him to really consider what actually matters in life. Is it racing? Is it being an adrenaline junkie? Or just slowing down and appreciating existence? That's how you'd use a theme to turn that into a story. You take your theme, you think of like what characters would exist with this theme, what would facilitate this story, and then you just sort of go from there.
And like when you said a racer and learning to smell the roses, my immediate thought was, well, that's just Pixar's Cars.
Oh, I hate that movie.
What?
I wrote a better movie than Cars because it didn't have the weird world building of the fact that they're fucking sentient cars.
Yeah, why did they have to be cars?
They could have just been people. Like, it would have worked a lot better, actually.
Yeah. Same goes for Shark Tale. Why did this have to be underwater with fish and sharks? It's like them being
Gay
underwater.
allegory with shark.
Something I wanted to say about Cars. If you were 4 years old and that movie came out, like yours truly, it's because
That hurts my soul.
Cars were like,
Carry on.
it's because cars were your favorite thing to play with, and seeing them just doing their own thing in a movie was mind-blowing.
No, children of my generation were a bit more sophisticated. We did not play with cars. Those are pathetic little devices. No, we play with cars that turn into robots. Okay?
Yeah.
We were
Good
classy,
Transformers.
okay? We were a more civilized kind.
I like Transformers too.
Based.
Don't kill me for this. I got into it because of the Michael Bay movies.
That's fine. I know a lot of people did.
I still like the first three at least.
I like the first three as well. I think the first one is the closest to a good movie. It's still a 4, maybe 5 out of 10. But yeah, I like that first movie a lot. It's really fun. Like that whole final battle is immaculate. It's just fucking pure blockbuster insanity, and I love it. I miss when blockbusters were actually like big in terms of their scope and like actually looked big and felt big. It was nice.
Yeah. Nowadays, you can't even see where they put the money.
Exactly.
Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Except when they DH Harrison Ford.
Yeah, the de-aging was it was interesting for sure. Too bad they couldn't de-age his fucking voice. Also, just hire another actor to play young Indiana Jones. It's really not hard. There's an actor in that movie who looks and sounds like a young Harrison Ford, who has played a young Harrison Ford in other movies.
Who was it?
It's like Anthony Ingruber or something, I think. Yeah, Anthony Ingruber. That's his name.
Oh.
He's in the movie. He's a stuntman in the movie. He plays one of the Nazis who he punches. No, not one of the Nazis. One of the people in that like Moroccan auction. He plays one of the people there. Like he's got a gun and tries to shoot Indy.
Yeah.
They all have their guns pointed at Indy. Indy drops to the floor, and they continue to shoot the window behind him, in spite of the fact that he's clearly on the floor. Just point your gun down. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
no,
people love James
that's
Mangold,
just
and honestly,
video game AI logic at its finest.
Right. And people will always say the Indiana Jones movies were goofy, and I'm like, yes, the Nazis weren't stupid, though. Like,
exactly.
For one, okay, I need to preface. They were stupid in the sense they were Nazis, but they weren't, like, actively fucking brain dead.
They didn't keep
capable of behaving like human beings.
Like, they didn't keep Indy alive for just no reason.
Right, if they kept him alive, it was for a specific reason.
Like, how the heck was Indy still alive after getting shot in the chest, and they hardly even did anything to address it?
Oh, I timed it. It was 28 minutes of him being an old man with a gunshot wound in his chest, above his heart. He was perfectly fine.
Damn it.
Like, I don't know how much blood he has in his body, but that guy must be like 2 tons worth of blood.
You know, I know we don't like Doug Walker, but when he reviewed the movie, there's like a little idea he had that I was like, yeah, they should have done that. Instead of having Helena and Teddy being Indy's travel buddies, for lack of a better term, why not Ronaldo and Agent Mason?
Maybe. If I were to do it, I would have just not included Helena at all. I would have brought Kiwi Kwan back, and
yes,
I would have made Short Round take Helena's place as somebody who basically she takes the same role as Helena of someone who wants to sell the dial for money, right? Because of course Kiwi Kwan's character as Short Round knew Indy back in his days of fortune and glory. I don't think Temple of Doom is a good movie, but at the very least, it firmly establishes that Indy was involved in treasure hunting in that movie for the purposes of money. So if that's the case, have it so Short Round took all the wrong lessons from Indy, And this would be a case to show how much Indy has grown over the course of the series, right? So now he's saying, oh no, you can't, it's not Fortune and Glory, man, that's wrong. And he's basically trying to deprogram, basically, not a monster of his own making, but a kid that he, guided in the wrong direction from a very young age.
That would have been a nice way to bring things full circle, since Temple of Doom is technically the first because it takes place before Raiders.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I was wondering what happened in the short round. Heck, I would have even taken Willie over Helena.
And here's the thing, right? So the Indiana Jones series has character development most people don't really think of, and I think it's kind of sad that most people don't even consider it. Temple of Doom has him be Fortune Glory, very, in it for the money. Raiders has him less in it for the money and a bit more considerate of other people. He's really trying to atone for his past mistakes, specifically characterized by Marion. Last Crusade, he doesn't even care about the relic, he's just trying to save his father. King with the Crystal Skull, it's not even like he's trying to help someone he personally knows. He doesn't even know that he's trying to save Marion through the first half of the movie. He's just helping this kid find his mom. And then he learns later, oh, this kid's actually my son, and his mom is my ex-girlfriend. And
Also,
then you have...
and I guess going back to short round, imagine being mad at a child actor for portraying a child.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, like just if they had Shorty, if they brought him back, and then Indy having to like atone for his past mistakes and stuff, and then put this person back on the right path, that would make everything come full circle. His entire development would be complete. Every loose end tied up. Easy. And if you wanted to find an excuse to get rid of Shia LaBeouf, and you wanted to have Indy be depressed, okay, why have it so Mutt got involved in the Vietnam War, which he absolutely wouldn't because he was an anti-authority greaser in the 50s. He would have been 30 by the time of his joining Vietnam, which why would a 30-year-old who is an anti-authority greaser join the Vietnam War effort? Who fucking knows?
Exactly.
So instead of that, have it where, open the movie a little differently. Indy and Mutt are on an expedition, because Mutt has now joined Indy since the events of King of the Crystal Skull to go on these adventures with Indy. All right? So they're going on an adventure, and Mutt gets shot. It's like you play up the whole, the fun Indiana Jones music, and then you hit with the juxtaposition of his son got shot. His son is dead. And then immediately you understand why Indy is depressed through the whole movie, because he sees himself as the reason for his son's death. And then, short round coming back in his life is basically a second chance of setting somebody on the right path and protecting them. There you go. Easy.
Nice.
Again,
Totally
if Lucasfilm hired me, I swear to God, I could have made a much better movie for them. Oh, kill me.
What was the other thing? Oh. Get this.
Studios need to hire me.
So,
seriously.
Yes.
Like I'm just amazing.
There's a piece I wanted to say.
This man knows how to write. This man knows how to keep his stories nice and tight, and just somebody hire this man.
There's a piece I wanted to say about Dial. It feels like it's trying so hard to undo Crystal Skull. Like, people don't like Mutt, just have him killed. And have the villains be Nazis again, even though it's the late 1960s.
Nice.
And then... what else?
I mean, they kill off Mutt, they break up Indy and Marion again.
Like, we had the big deal about them getting back together after being apart for 10 years in Raiders. And then having them get back together again, and then getting back together again in Crystal Skull. And there, it actually felt like a perfect ending for the two of them, because Marion is like his one true love.
Right.
And then Dial, they're broken up again, they get back together again at the end.
With with no resolution too. Really think about it. What causes Marion to want to take back Indy? She just
Yeah.
says, "Are you back, Indy?" And he's
Exactly.
just like,
And it makes it seem like she just broke up with him because he was sad because their son died. Like it makes it seem
right.
like it makes it seem like Marion's just being a jerk and freaking hell. They had to ruin her character.
Yeah, it's like there's two options in that situation. Either Indy was not a good husband and incapable of supporting his wife after their son died. Then Indy is a bad husband and they should not get back together for Marion's sake. If it's Marion who broke up with Indy because he is miserable and not capable of sort of moving on from that, then she is terrible and they should not get back together for his sake. It's just a toxic relationship at that point, so maybe don't include that.
Yeah, it's just lose-lose across the board. Who wants to watch that other than Hell of a Boss fans?
Right. Hey, here's the thing: is that like Lucasfilm probably thought James Mangold would be the perfect choice because he did Logan. Here's the thing, though: Logan actually makes sense because of the character of Wolverine. He's not exactly a super, upstanding, super friendly, happy-go-lucky guy. He's a very damaged, angry person, right? But this is a chance to redeem him. That's the point of Logan: is it's redeeming someone who has a life of blood all over his hands. Indiana Jones, not so much. Indiana Jones is someone who already went through a lot of growth to become a much better person. Why are you undoing that arbitrarily?
It's just like what they did with Star Wars.
Ruth, look how they massacred my boy.
God, the massacre,
Honestly,
boy.
I feel
Okay,
I love how Francis Ford Coppola's most watched film ever was a fucking Michael Jackson music video that played exclusively at Disney parks produced by George Lucas.
I feel like the Wolverine is a
Yep.
character because he's
It's
gone
called
through
Captain
some
EO. Look it up. It's pretty
shit.
awesome. Like, the full thing's on YouTube. It's actually kind of sick. It's like a sci-fi, like, ship captain, and he's like going on this adventure, and he crash lands on this junk planet, and there's like this evil queen, and she's taking over the planet, and like he saves the planet through the power of song and dance. It's fucking epic.
Honestly, I would watch the hell out of that.
Oh, it was so cool, dude. And then they replaced it with Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, and then,
What were you trying
everything
to say?
went to shit. It
I
used to be a
was saying
civilized
that I
country.
think that a character like Logan is a slightly in-depth character because they're not just playing him as an X-Men. He's gone through some shit. He's seen some shit. He's lived a very long life, and he's
He's not
learned
the
that
adult
living
characters in the
forever
Peanuts
is not
cartoons.
a gift but a curse.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, especially with him going in and being and serving in the world military, going through fighting
He just got
other bad
yeeted
guys
right
and
out the
shit,
fucking map, goddamn.
Yeah,
it gives him
Also, Doug Walker saying the word
a lot
yeeted
of
feels
other
so
X-Men just don't have.
poisonous.
yeah, like, it just immediately took me out. It's just... What?
Fucking Gen X, man. I think Gen X might actually be the worst possible thing that's ever happened to the media landscape. I know that sounds real rude, but
No, I
let's be
agree.
real. If there's any one generation that's been pandered to the most in terms of mainstream Hollywood, it's been Gen X.
But I feel
And they were the first ones to become like seriously involved online. So
Yeah.
make of that as you will.
I mean, you would think that'd be another thing to blame the millennials for, but, nope, our hands are clean this time.
Yep.
Mostly.
It's like, geez, blame these fuckers. They came right before us, so it's their fault. Yeah, it's it's funny because like they're the ones who are pandered the most to, and they joined the internet at a time where, my buddy, I really recommend my friend Local Scriptman's video on Avatar because it is probably the best possible video on screenwriting, film criticism, and just how to handle everything. And he brought up the idea that back in the 2000s, somebody could make a film review, air quotes review, because I wouldn't consider any of that shit a review, and they could just say, oh yes, the child actor in this thing is annoying as fuck, and then maybe everyone would nod along and then internalize it forever and never give it a second thought. And they never think, does that matter? does that have any impact on the actual objective quality of the story? Is it just a really subjective thing that we're choosing to attribute value to, even though there's no real material value to this thing? So that's the tricky part, is that generation, for whatever reason, didn't think for more than 5 seconds. Maybe things can be proven. Maybe things aren't all up to opinions. I hate the word opinion. People overuse it. It's like, just fucking speak your mind and have conviction. Like, you can be disproven. Like, if you put your thoughts on the internet, if you speak your thoughts, you are allowed to be disproven and disagreed with. That can happen. And frankly, if it's an issue that you got disagreed with, don't pussy out and say, it's just my opinion. Like, no, that's weak. I don't like that.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it.
Exactly. That can't take the heat, don't play with fire is the phrase I always use.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it
A
works
glass
for,
cannon.
I don't know if it works for the inverse. Like, you have something that's so beloved yet so flawed, and yet when you try to point out, hey, this thing actually has quite a number of flaws, here's what doesn't work, here's what's holding it back, and then they decide, you know, oh, you're just a negative Nelly, you must be wrong, or you must be, what the fuck ever.
Right. It's that kind of obnoxious shit where it's like, I'm just trying to be truthful and objective. Because the whole point of being objective is because if you're doing it, it's more than likely because you like storytelling and you want to be honest. Mm-hmm. That's why I do it, you know? I assume that's why you do it too. I mean, that's why most people would do it.
Yeah, and which is why the longer I think about it, the more I do what the Hell of a Boss fans say of, oh, just binge watch everything and the entire story will make sense if you binge watch it. No, it makes less sense.
I haven't seen Hell of a Boss still. I will at some point, but definitely into Has-Been, but I think...
Has-Been I'm a little bit nicer with, because there are obviously some issues that kind of bog it down. There's only 8 episodes to work with, so everything just has to be crammed into those 8 episodes. There's really no time for character arcs. It's just go before the next reckoning.
I think for what time they had and for the story they had planned out, I think it is actually pretty solidly efficient with how it handles its characterization.
Yeah.
But in terms of character arcs, it's much more into.
Now, story-wise, it does fine. It just needed like another coat of paint, another 15 minutes in the oven. Not 15. Maybe another 5 minutes in the oven.
Yeah, it literally just needed someone to come in and sort of help with just smaller things. Vaggie needing to know about angelic weapons. Also, Adam, for whatever reason, at the beginning of the season saying, oh no, we can't attack them preemptively or they'll catch on. It's like, what are they going to fucking do?
Exactly. And of course, angelic weapons can hurt angels. That's something that I can't really wrap my head around for whatever reason. Like, okay, spoilers for Panty and Stocking with Garter Belts, but Season 1 ended with Stocking killing Panty, and it's like, how the hell is that possible? They're both angels.
I'm sorry, I'm actually a demon.
What?
What I would do to rectify that issue in Has-Been Hotel is I straight up just would not make it a point of question for Vaggie to know whether or not angelic weapons can harm them. Like, I think she should just know it from the get-go. Because remember, Charlie does not know that she's an angel until the episode where they go to heaven, and she learns that at the end of the episode, and then that immediate next episode is when they learn that angelic weapons can harm angels. So, with Vaggie, because she's not talking to Charlie in that episode, it actually makes perfect sense that Charlie would not know that angelic weapons can hurt angels. Because, of course, Vaggie was trying to keep her secret safe before, right. And then now that the secret's out, they're not talking. So just make it, this one small change is straight up just, she just goes to Carmilla Carmine to get the weapons, and then we have the whole, song and dance number, yada yada, and then She just gets the weapons. That's literally it. You change nothing except removing the point that Vaggie doesn't know that angelic weapons hurt angels. That's it.
Right. Although the little world-building snag that comes to mind for me is, okay, you have angels and they have angelic weapons. Why would you make it so that angels can take friendly fire effectively?
I can accept that. So I think
Unless
they work
Adam
well
just
enough
deliberately
on its own.
designed it of, hey, stay in line, or your sisters can basically stab you without needing, I don't know.
I mean, that's one way of doing it. I mean, I think it makes enough sense on its own. I mean, if you're going to be killing demons, it stands to reason that creatures that are basically the same thing, which are the deceased spirits of humans, would be able to be susceptible to the same weapons, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's fine on its own.
Yeah, if those weapons were used to basically keep the angels in line, designed by Adam, I could buy that.
Yeah, I think that works well. Trying to think other issues in the show. I don't know what they're doing with Lilith, but I know if they don't play their cards right, we're gonna get into some stupid bullshit later. This is the kind of shit where, like, you kind of need to have, like, a show Bible going into it. Because if you don't, then, you're in for a rough time when, time comes to do some kind of payoff, and things don't line up.
Yep. And that's the biggest problem with Hell of a Boss Season 2. It's all payoffs, no setup.
Oh, I hate that.
Like, they want to have all these big, grand, just dropping bars all over the place, and meanwhile, like, one example that I can think of is okay, I could buy Stella being a villain. The problem is that the way they went about it is just moronic. It's just,
right.
she was just a taint since day one. And in trying to justify that, just makes Stolas the most perfect little baby ever. It's like, I don't like this, especially because you get another character involved, Octavia, aka his daughter, and it's like, what about her? Like, dude, you have responsibilities.
Right.
And half the time that Octavia's, well, the majority of the time that Octavia's in an episode, it's basically just to buy sympathy for Stolas. It just feels very cheap and manipulative and gross.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't seen it. I gotta watch it.
Okay. Well.
Oh damn, no spoilers.
Too bad.
Gross if I spoiled it. Oh man, I'm seeing everyone post fucking gifs and stuff of Disney World. There's a part of me that wishes I was there right now, but also I hate crowds and I hate fireworks.
Fair enough.
It's a weird life I live, where I have an addiction to theme parks, except the things that come with theme parks.
I like gestures. I don't know why.
Let's hope Vizzy, going forward, is able to calm down when she's coming up with her TV show concepts and just starts looking at things on a mechanical level. Because, like, when you look at things exclusively on a mechanical level, it helps the artistic side of things so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't have to deal with all the bullshit. Like, as long as you got everything consistent and logical going into it, and you plan everything out really, really well, you don't want, like, it's like I was saying earlier with storyboarding and stuff. You have everything ready to go. You have your plan. And then you can just go, and it's going to be cheap and easy and really efficient.
Exactly. Like, that makes sense. You'd think that people would just do it because of how simple it is, but nope.
No, it's just not commercially viable to a lot of these crooked studios, and also just inexperienced writers who don't have the sort of cognitive function and basic maturity to be able to say, maybe this might not be good for my story.
Right. And
No, I'm not sure like how in
I'm
depth
pretty
you are with the
sure.
Star Wars world, but Dave Filoni is a great example of that. Just
Yeah,
someone who thinks exclusively of just like fun vibes.
Oh yeah, like I mentioned that Sonic Underground is kind of like my guilty pleasure. I also want to take a shot at rewriting it just to see if I could do something with the concept. But also with some of my more original stuff like Comet's Light, you've got a couple of college students that effectively get assigned to stop crime in their city through the use of the Essence Stones, and these amplify powers they already have. So it's like, okay, I need to keep a lot of things. I have no idea which way I'm trying to go. So, trying to keep things tight on that end, but then you also have stuff like Vesper Compound, which is something that Rylan was experimented with on to make him some sort of super soldier. Okay, so how does that compound interfere with the Essence Stones? And then there's another compound just all around the city called Taipan Spit, which basically has been mutating a lot of people, creating supervillains left and right. And it's like, okay, so... And the biggest discovery is that the stones and the main mass of Taipan Spit were both found in the same area, so it's like, okay, were the Essence Stones there to... Got it!
Got it.
That's actually the 101st power cell.
Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. You guys do me a favor and have a wonderful new year.
Alright.
See you.
Have fun.
Okay.
Have a happy
Bye-bye.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's that on my repeat?
I gotta make a video rewriting Dial of Destiny, because, like, fuck James Mangold. What a fucking asshole.
I was actually thinking of doing an alternate version of a fifth movie.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of, rewriting a couple of Hell of a Boss episodes, just to propose some fixes to make the story a little more coherent.
Yeah.
And not like it's basically someone who just wanted to write all of the yaoi fan fiction. It's like, come on, you promised me hitmen from hell, going up to Earth to fill out commissions. I did not come here for a soap opera. And now the soap opera is 90% of the entire show. It's like, okay.
Oh, please, Lizzie, don't let this happen to Hasbin Hotel. Please don't, you fucking prick.
I mean, I certainly hope not, but...
Really hope not. It's the whole inexperienced writer thing. People get too attached to their characters. People get too attached to the world they've created. Like, here's my thing when I write things, alright?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna sound whack. None of my characters are sacred. I can kill them off at any point. And not to say that I want to necessarily, but like, if it comes to it, it just comes to it.
Yeah.
If it comes to it that a character might turn bad because the actions they're doing would naturally progress to the point where they are doing something wrong, yeah, then I'm going to do that. Even if they're designed to be the main character. Like, I can still have a main character who's a villain. That is possible. I mean, antagonist and hero are not synonyms.
Right.
Protagonist and hero are not synonyms.
Synonyms.
But synonymous anemone.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, I rewatched Finding Nemo a couple months ago. I think I can conclusively say that's my favorite movie. It's really fucking tight.
Yeah. And that exchange that you typed out the other day where Marlin is putting his trust in Nemo. Ooh, just reading that made me tear up.
Cinema. fucking cinema. It was that last glimmer of who he used to be shining through, and then Nemo reassuring him that it's gonna work. And then he just had to concede and said, I know you can. I was like, oh my God. Oh, I fucking love that movie. God damn it. Pixar when they could cook, and they cook damn well.
All right. With these additional power cells.
And then they released Cars, and everything went to shit. I'm kidding. Ratatouille was great, and that was the next year after.
Oh, thank
Ratatouille
God.
was a
'Cause
masterpiece.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Pixar movie.
No more. So keep an eye on your
Yeah.
gauge.
And then
I don't
Wally
wanna
the
think
year
about
after
what
that.
these temperatures would do to
Like,
your humor if
Christ.
the gives out.
I get us both Up and Toy Story 3 had Best Picture nominations.
Right.
Well,
Pixar
Wally
was
was
unstoppable.
also a really nice story.
Yeah.
And
And I
Wally's in
think
the
that's the
Criterion
best.
Collection.
I think that was also one of the better environmental messages. You know, just kind of a tale of, hey, let's keep our planet clean, okay? But it just focused on a love story between these two robots.
Mm-hmm.
The whole environmentalism thing was completely by accident, according to Andrew Stanton.
Yep. And it's because it sort of happened, they wanted to keep it in a very cartoonish way. Like, you know, the world being covered in trash is really cartoony and absurd, and they did that specifically because they knew if they went too realistic, it would get so dark. But yeah, I think it handles the environmentalism stuff really well. I mean, it's a backdrop sort of thing, anyways. Yeah, it's neat. And I mean, the thing is people will say, "Well, there's not much nuance to something like that." I'm like, is there nuance to corporations destroying the planet? No, it just isn't. The reality is we live on one rock. We have that one rock, and once it goes, and we go with it, right? And I think more people need to be aware of the fact that it's not a case of nuance, or like this story lacks nuance. There is no nuance when it comes to the survival of people and creatures. Just factually, we shouldn't be destroying things.
Right.
Period.
Exactly. Now, if you want to argue about nuance, and because, you know, I went to school for geology, we're kind of required to talk about this in terms of Earth and other mineral resources to keep our planet going. You know, just, you know, the question of, okay, well, how much of it is human activity and how much of it is just natural processes? To which
Right.
I gotta say, it's kind of a mix of both. Can humans affect natural processes? Absolutely. Can natural processes just do whatever without some form of human intervention? Also true. It's just trying to rule out how much was done solely by us and how much of it is, you know, like the actual planet.
Right. It's not like most other fields of science where you can easily get like other samples and stuff to be able to say like, okay, well, here's what happens when we remove this variable. Like we have one planet that is currently inhabited by both a sentient group of primates that are destroying the planet and also a planet that is also continually changing, right?
Right.
So, there's no way to remove a certain variable and then say, oh, yes, this is how it would be if things were different. It's like, no, we actually have no way of fully proving things. We can really go off of just estimates.
Exactly.
The symbiotic relationship.
Back when I was a spry youngin', I considered becoming an environmental scientist. And then I said, no, it's too much work.
Yeah.
So I decided to go for something considerably worse. I decided to become a filmmaker. I hate my life.
I wanted to go to school for animation at first, and then I was told, oh, there are no jobs in that. I said, okay, fine, I'll be a geologist. Why? Because rocks are cool. Volcanoes are fantastic.
Also, here's the thing. You don't need to go to school for animation. If you want to become an animator, you just need to know the right people.
Exactly.
You know, when
Rocks are cool.
when you went on that tirade, Magma, it reminded me of the part in Prometheus when Firefield said, I'm a geologist. I like rocks. I love rocks. Super easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Rocks are pretty cool. I love rock. I like Dwayne Johnson, man. He's crazy.
The door's open. Let's get going.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah. Society. I'd be interested in writing some kind of a film that has like an environmentalist sort of spin on it, but I'm not sure. I'm always like concerned, like what kind of new commentary can I provide? Because like, if I'm going to provide commentary, I'd like for it to be interesting and new. I've considered making a film based on the concept of nationalism because that's something I hate. I hate nationalism. I hate the entire concept of it. I think it's sickening and stupid. Because, like, why would I take pride in a place that I had no say in being born into? Like, I just got here, man.
Yeah. Oh, I think something that specifically annoys me about, when I tell people, yeah, I went to school for geology, and, something about, oh, well, the Big Bang Theory says that that's not a real science, and it's like...
Fuck that.
What the hell?
Get the fuck out of here.
It literally is.
I was literally going to bring that up when we were talking about Indiana Jones, how people like to cite from that show,
Big Bang Theory and
Indiana Jones doesn't affect the
bullshit.
plot, all that stuff. I wanted to say, that doesn't fucking matter.
Actually, I'll go even further and I'll say, you mean Indiana Jones didn't affect the plot of him going on an adventure and reconnecting with his ex-girlfriend? Because that's the plot of Indiana Jones.
Exactly. But no, they just want to look at movies at face value.
Right, they see, oh, he went on a quest to get the Ark, and that's the plot. And it's like, no, that's actually not. The Ark is a MacGuffin. Like, it quite literally does not matter what the Ark is. It's supposed to be symbolic of some kind of thing that Indy needs to get him to sort of respect cultures more and consider the people around him more. To a point where at the end of the film, he is more than willing to blow up the Ark just to save Marion.
Kind of, he wants to see it open as much as...
Yep.
It's him.
He has to sort of almost conquer that demon of, like, wanting to know. The scientist in him says, oh, I want to know everything. That's why he can't bring himself to blow up the Ark. The final, like, nail in the coffin, though, is when Indy has to give up on the pursuit of science to save Marion and tells her, don't look, keep your eyes shut. Hi, in case you didn't know, I love those movies so fucking much.
So do I.
Oh, Lucas and Spielberg back in their prime.
Like, if I had to pick between
Absolute
the two...
art.
If I had to pick between the two franchises from Lucasfilm, I'd pick Indiana Jones.
Oh, for sure. I got into Star Wars as an adult anyways. I've always loved Indiana Jones. I just gravitate more to history and archaeology. Like, archaeology is a field that I'm not an archaeologist. I did not go to school for archaeology. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert, but man, it's just such a cool fucking field. Like, it's just neat. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the YouTuber Mini Minute Man, but I've reached out to him through email to say, hey, you want to do a collab? And I haven't heard anything back, but if it does happen, holy fuck. I said to him I want to do a video on, like, I did those, like, True Story of Pirates of the Caribbean, that series where, like, I cover, like, the cultural, the historical inspirations for pirates. I want to do that for Indiana Jones.
That would be freaking amazing.
Yeah. But I'm not at all qualified to discuss that stuff, and unlike pirates, I don't have anyone at my disposal to help. Like, pirates, I'm friends with pirate historians, and myself, I've studied pirate history for a very long time. I don't know shit about the Ark. I don't know shit about, like, Shiva, the Shankara stones, Kali Ma, just the entirety of the Hindu religion. I don't know anything about the Holy Grail or fucking anything like that. I don't know anything about Arthurian myth. I don't know anything about... Actually, no, I do know about the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull. and the conspiracy theories of ancient aliens. I know a lot about that, and I want to make that one specifically debunking ancient aliens.
I think Gall and Maya may have kidnapped him
I know
as
some
well.
stuff about all that.
Relax, sweetheart. I got everything
I
Their
think-
whole
control.
premise is based on this
Control.
insane fallacy
Where's
of,
our armies continue to pour
yes,
across the land?
because
They say
ancient
that
civilizations had technology that was advanced, that must mean they got help from aliens.
And to stop
Because,
them,
golly,
we have to
those
fight
brown
our way
people
through
sure
their
are too
citadel.
stupid to make cool shit.
Yeah,
Bruh.
that about sums it up.
Yep.
Got to rescue my father before it's too late.
That's what I hate about them, is like, it is just so thinly veiled as racist. Like,
We will be.
you guys, you guys are fucking racist.
I mean, I could joke about Muslims making school harder because they gave us algebra, but...
That's the thing, is like, in the Islamic world, like 1,000 years ago, was giving all the greatest technological advancements because different cultures go through different periods of enlightenment. That just happens.
Nice to see you.
I mean, you look into the church and house generational theory, like, naturally there's going to be peaks and drops with every group of people through history. And it just so happened specifically with the Egyptians, it happened early, because they were one of the earlier civilizations. Then it happened with the Islamic world, and then it happened with the Mediterranean society of Rome, and then all the following, like the Byzantine Empire and all that stuff in the nearby regions and stuff over the course of the next few centuries. It happened towards the end of the Middle Ages with the Age of Enlightenment and the Age of Sail. It happened again with the Industrial Revolution, and here we are today where we're in another one with the dawn of the internet.
Yep.
And the rise of artificial intelligence.
Yep, which is a very scary one. Actually, no, I'd pin that a little bit more maybe on 50s if I were to sort of adjust things a bit. I think the 50s is the biggest technological boom of the past little while. Think about it, we got nukes in the 40s.
I'm not destroyer of worlds. I too was pretty scared about the whole AI thing, and I had my uncle try to help me out with it.
AI is whack, and I have thoughts.
I had a pretty
I think
panic
we're using
attack
it
one
for...
time.
We're definitely using it for the wrong things.
Yes. AI, I think, should be used for the practical applications of space travel and potential ability of encrypting code to make things more hacker-proof.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid use for it. Why we're using this for artistic fields, I have no fucking idea.
I would argue it's because it's experimental. And
Yeah.
we're still finding our footing with it.
We're finding our footing with it, but at the same time, while finding our footing with it, we're also like lampooning the very things that make us human, which is the ability to create.
Yeah.
Like, things get really creepy when you actually go into the philosophy of it, because philosophers have discussed for a long time what defines full autonomy and sentience. Part of it is the ability to create. So we're kind of facing off against something that could potentially be considered sentient. A friend of mine is a neuroscientist, philosopher, and he's a professor of AI, and he discusses sort of the moral implications of, like, will we ever get to a point where AI is alive? How would we define what alive is? At what point do we need to start giving rights to computers? It sounds crazy and it sounds like it's out of sci-fi, but the reality is we are gearing up for that future. We are nearly there.
Land on the next launcher!
Well, shit.
Yep.
Don't miss the next launcher!
Yeah, just thinking about all that.
It's freaky shit.
Attack.
We're heading for a weird future, and the sooner we get used to it, the better.
Yeah.
now that it's 2025, we're 10 years away from the year iRobot took place.
Back to the Future took place a decade ago. Or Back to the Future Part 2.
Shit.
Damn.
And we
Yep.
still don't have self-tying shoes. I could really use those.
We have Velcro shoes. That's more than enough.
Oh, yeah. And we did get hoverboards, but they're not really hoverboards because they have wheels.
One wheels are cooler anyways.
Yeah. Nah, you know what's really cool? The hoverboard and the second jack. I want that hoverboard.
Don't give me a hoverboard. Give me the fucking silver surfboard. Actually, no, I don't want that because I'd have to be a Herald of Galactus and find worlds for him to feed on.
I knew that was a reference to freaking Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Just keep him away from this world. I like it very much.
I mean, I do too. It's got Disney World and Disneyland.
I'm one of the idiots who lives on it.
I understood that reference.
God damn it. Rip.
Honestly, when I get to a point where I can just sort of attach myself to any film project I want, I swear to God, I'm actually just going to go to every creator where I see them do stupid shit, and I'm just going to go to them and say, get off your computer, hand it to me, I'll take care of it from now on. Just go take a nap, sit in the corner. I don't even want a fucking credit, just sit in the corner, I'll fix this for you. Don't fucking touch anything. I got you a coloring book and some juice boxes. Like, just sit over there.
Yep.
Me with Dizzy Pod, Dave Filoni, James Mangold, all those fuckers. Just like, no, just stop. Stop, please.
You know,
Give me your idea and formulate it into something good.
you know, I wish I wasn't just a sole writer because it'd always be helpful to have a team.
Oh, yeah. Actually, for me, I probably wouldn't thrive under a team. I work better with one person just to bounce ideas off of. I like having ideas, man. So, like, my friend, my writing partner, he's my ideas man. I'm very much the nuts and bolts. Like, here's how we can mechanically do it. He's much more the, how do we make it fun? You know?
I'm my own idea man.
There.
I'm my own idea man, but I kind of question my ideas from time to time. Actually, you should question your ideas frequently. You know, just to make sure, is this operating on all cylinders?
Yep, never get too comfortable.
Yeah.
As soon as you get comfortable, that's where shit hits the fan.
Oh, it just had to get away from me, didn't it?
You just had to break protocol. Transformers 1, my beloved. Man, I should make a video on Transformers 1. It's not like I've ever done that before.
And, well, you have. It's just that Paramount just keeps going, hey, I'll have that. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, they can suck my dick. Man, fuck Paramount. They're a bunch of greedy fucking cocksuckers.
Yes.
Yeet!
Roast have survived.
You didn't hear that?
Bro.
Forget mom said my name. Yeah, I'm 22. I still deal with my mom.
Oh, no.
Very funny.
Chief Talk said in our group chat, I already
Who
fucked
would've
up.
thought I'd live
2026
to
gonna be
see
my
the
year for
day when
real.
I needed to be rescued by a boy and his muskrat.
Fuck, man, he's great.
I'm gonna give Gall and Maya a little payback
Oh yeah,
for
you
this
up to it
embarrassment.
on your Zootopia video.
Then we'll see about cooking up some
Zootopia.
muskrat
What a
stew.
movie.
I used to be like so love that movie. Now I'm like, it's mostly because of your video.
It's kind of fucking piss
Bad.
fuck shit.
So bad.
That doesn't
That
describe
movie
it.
is
It's
a bra moment.
I look
And
at that and I'm like, Disney made this. Disney
now,
actually, this is acceptable.
and now it's 2025. Sequel's coming out in a few months.
Oh my god, the fucking poster implying that reptiles are supposed to be like Asian equivalents is just. Oh my god, what the fuck?
You know,
Oh no.
I had this theory, like people were like, how come we don't see birds or reptiles or fish and all that? My theory was they use them for food.
Oh no.
Now the sequel is just gonna totally joss that whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why I usually don't make theories like that unless like the series is like complete or
Because here's the
something.
thing, what the fuck is your other option with Zootopia? The world building makes no sense. You kind of have to fill in the gaps.
It's just gonna be like an even bigger mess.
Right, it's like, what the fuck are the predators gonna eat? They need food. Like, they can't just, like, eat vegetables. They would die.
Exactly.
The caloric intake would just not be enough to sustain their bodies.
Speaking of Kiwi Kwan, he's gonna be in it.
Oh, can we please start giving him good characters to play? Like, come on, you fucking assholes.
Like
Which
Wayman
actor is
Wong,
this?
which got him an Oscar.
Kiwi
Kiwi
Kwan.
Kwan, short round.
Oh. Yeah.
He was Wayman Wong in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and he got an Oscar for it.
Yeah, so, like, good for that. Like, that's good. Let's do more of that instead of fucking Loki and Zootopia and even Short Round. I mean, Short Round is a decent character in an otherwise bad film because Temple of Doom is kind of shit as much as I love it. If you really think about it, Indy kind of owns a child slave.
That's
And he frees a whole bunch of other child slaves.
Yeah, really weird. Oh, it's just a weird movie. Like, fucking Indy takes a child to the place where they are kidnapping children.
A+ parenting right there.
Oh yeah, it's great. Oh, what a great movie. Indy is such a well-written character. It's fucking
I
stupid.
figured you was gonna use them for bait. And then rescue them later.
That's really fucked up.
You know, George Lucas admitted he wasn't in a good spot when he came up with the story for that movie because he was going through a divorce.
Yeah, that's a fucking good way of putting it. Him and Spielberg both were going through the ringer.
Yeah, Spielberg said the one good thing from working on Temple of Doom was where he met his wife, Kate Capshaw.
Yep, which I think is adorable.
Also, get this. His previous wife, Amy Irving, she was one of the actresses in line to play Marion before Karen Allen got the part.
Karen Allen the goat. I love her. She's awesome.
So make of this bit of information what you will, but everyone was wondering, why the 2005 Shadow the Hedgehog game came out as edgy as it did. Well, during development of Sonic Heroes, Takashi Iizuka actually worked himself to hospitalization, single-handedly designing all the levels in Sonic Heroes. And while he was in recovery, he played the likes of Jak 2, Sly Cooper, and Ratchet and Clank, and thought, we should make a Sonic game like this.
I'm sure you've heard of the development of Majora's Mask.
What
Basically,
about Majora's
with that game, they had a year to make it. And because of that year, and just because of how hectic it was, and because of all the sacrifices the dev team had to make, and because of how they were under the clock the whole time, the game was about being under the clock the whole time. And it turned into a very dark, disturbing, fucked up thing because everyone was really in a bad place while making it. They were rushed like mad. And they were forced to reuse all the assets from Ocarina of Time. And things got even crazier when one of the devs had a nightmare of characters from in the game chasing them. And then they decided, I'm going to put that in the game.
Wow.
They kind of just threw everything in it, and it created this disturbing medley of beautiful, horrifying imagery.
That is crazy.
Oh, yeah. That is my second favorite game of all time.
What's your first favorite game of all time?
Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Same here.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
My third favorite is Sea of Thieves because Jack Sparrow.
Who can compete with Jack Sparrow?
The hero of time.
Yes.
You got me there.
He's the GOAT. He doesn't even speak.
So hello. Happy New
Hello.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's me, the Hawkster.
Oh, hi, Dot.
The who?
Say, I just had to mention Hawks, and she's like, "Oh, it's that one."
Yep. Dot's cool.
I am Optimus Prime.
The who?
I wish I was Optimus Prime.
I think a lot of kids wished that they were Optimus Prime.
He's
was-
everything I want to be like when I grow up.
I was him on Halloween when I was 6 years old.
Nice. He's literally me for real, for real. You know what? Everyone talks about like they're literally me characters. More people should see Optimus Prime as a literally me character.
Yeah.
Same like Superman and like fucking Marlin and Finding Nemo, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
Thank
Like
you.
there's lots
Thank
of
you.
good characters that are aspirational. We should look to those as the people we want to be instead of fucking
Yeah.
Walter White. Because he's
Thank you.
bald. I don't trust bald people.
Wait,
Thank you. Thank you
You
for saying
said-
Superman.
Did you say
Yes.
Marlin from Finding Nemo?
Yes.
So apparently, when if the female clownfish dies, then the male
The
will.
male becomes one.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
hermaphrodites.
So like, you want to be a mom?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's a good
Okay.
mom, yeah.
You want to be a mommy?
If I'm a great mom, then yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then if we want to talk about literally me characters, and I keep mentioning Homestuck because I am a filthy Homestuck. The Sagittarius representative. I kind of found his death as a weird wake-up call for me. If only because of just how he dies.
My just like me for real is Shadow because Latinos.
Sonic, tell the Latinas I love them.
Remind me.
I'd probably say my literally me would be. It probably would be Jack Sparrow just because I do identify a lot with fears of death. Like a lot. Mortality, legacy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like Aladdin.
Aladdin. Hello, Aladdin. Nice to meet you. How do you like Al? Maybe Din. How about Laddie?
I'm gonna say it in my head harder than I thought.
I think for real for me would be Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
I can see that, yeah.
Autism.
I was gonna say because Pinky
Oh,
knows
me
how to
too.
party.
And I got a little creature as my pet.
Yes.
Oh,
It's like in Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad around here, or we're all autistic around here.
Yeah.
as you can see, I'm not all day myself. And the moments
I love when my lab is just naturally evil.
Oh, I posted a picture of Shadow saying Latinas. I don't know like which channel I'm supposed to post, but okay.
Real quick, let me.
Posted in the
Oh,
porn
I found it.
channel.
I think. Is it Game Central Station?
Yeah, Game Central Station, but voiceless works too.
Okay. I'm posting it in here anyway. Latinos. Tell the Latinas I love them, Sonic. We interrupt this. We interrupt this. We interrupt your program to tell you an important announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog has found the Latinas.
Shadow the Hedgehog is just inverse John Wick. John Wick!
We interrupt this program for a breaking news announcement. They at the Pentagon.
It's the Pentagon! It's the fucking Pentagon! Oh yeah, this is the creature in question that I'm talking about. It's a kitten.
Literally me, for real, for real.
The comfy baby. He's a comfy
He doesn't.
baby.
He has no idea he's gonna lose his manhood.
Oh no!
Oh, you cutting his balls off? Man.
He has no idea he's gonna lose his ball suit. Stupid,
Oh,
stupid little
man.
man. Stupid man.
Damn
Why
it.
are you removing his balls? That's where the fun is.
Brian Griffin, but I love my balls. They smell terrible.
Somebody asking me a geography question about Canada, and the one city I can remember is Regina because it rhymes with fun.
Oh my god!
That one I stole from Deadpool.
Keep my country's name out of your fucking...
Not wrong.
What?
I was just quoting him. I'm not actually from Canada. I know someone
Me
who...
neither.
Why
I
did
was
Marvel
gonna
just
say,
give
did
us
I-
what we
What?
I was gonna say, why didn't Marvel just give us what we wanted?
Which was?
Deadpool's vagina?
Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman making out. Why didn't they give us that?
Because
Oh, I
it's
wish.
Disney.
That's true. Doesn't do
If they
well.
do
in
have
foreign
it, they
markets.
would do it in a way so they could easily remove it for
Yeah,
the
they're
Chinese
kinda
release.
Fucking lame.
Like what they did with Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Stupid movie.
And Lightyear.
Oh
And a
yeah,
lot
that
of
too.
movies.
Lightyear's plot twist was so fucking stupid.
It would have been so much better if they just went with the whole, like, that's Buzz's dad. Like, just do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would it be predictable? Yes. Predictability is not a mark of negative quality, though. It's not a mark of quality, period. It's just a thing.
Did y'all actually hear that Disney is trying to buy Sonic?
No, I
Yeah.
doubt that.
Are they actually trying, or is it just a rumor? Because last I checked, it was just a rumor.
No, I totally doubt that.
I mean, Sega.
Disney has no interest in getting involved in video games outside of their investment in Fortnite, so I don't see that happening at all.
It wouldn't surprise me because the Mufasa movie bombed so badly.
And they're salty because people wanted to see Sonic instead.
Yeah, and they were mad. And apparently they're demanding like a bunch of movie theaters to have more showtimes for Mufasa instead of Sonic. Like, no, bro, Sonic is making us more money. The fuck?
Yep.
Like,
Plot twist, Disney. No one wanted this shit.
I was actually working when the first Sonic came out, and this is like before COVID.
5 years ago.
Yeah, and like, of course, like back then we were like, yeah, it's probably not gonna do so well. And then all of a sudden, like, all the theaters were filled. Like, I was super ushering that day, like supervising like the theaters and all that. So like, I didn't clean up the theaters. If I did that, I would have killed myself, honestly.
Yeah. Sonic is based. Mufasa is not.
Oh, and then someone actually made an animation where Freaking.
Is it I want to say, is it Sabrina Nightmare or something?
Yeah, someone did an animation where Shadow does the "Long live the king" part.
Long live the king.
That's not the one I was talking about, but there's one where Mufasa is like, win! Win! And then Shadow the Hedgehog beats the fuck out of them.
By eliciting a conduit of energy between myself
So,
and the vast
my friends and I were discussing earlier in another VC, if we were Disney villains, realistically, who would we be? Not like which ones would we be because they're our favorite, or which ones would we be because it'd be funny, but just realistically, which one do you think is the most similar personality to you? None of us could say Scar, which is unfortunate because Scar is badass. Instead, I got Jafar, who's quite literally just an idiot who ended up getting magical powers in the end because he got lucky.
Yep.
Oh.
He's got one friend, and it's a fucking bird that's really annoying. Which, yeah, that's me. Just a lonely fucker. Also, just like wants to take over.
So, like, if you think about it, Sonic, the first Sonic destroyed Birds of Prey. Sonic 2 destroyed, what was it, Morbius?
Yep.
And then Sonic 3 destroyed Mufasa. Whatever, like, they try to throw, Sonic 4 will be like, oh, hell no.
Like, we've already got that shit on lock.
Yep.
Like, if they try to do Mario 2 and Sonic 4 at the same time...
Oh my god, Console War Part 2.
I will, like, bet on money on which movie is gonna, like, beat the other one. I will, have, like a gambling station somewhere.
You know what? Do it. That'll be funny.
I'm just glad that Sonic is doing well, you know? It's just making me happy. Kick Mufasa's ass. Like, I love Disney movies. I really do. Mufasa is a step in the wrong direction. So I say, fuck it. Sonic, kick their ass.
Yeah. Happiness is stored in the hedgehog.
Yep. I love that the blue blur. He's beautiful.
Why, yes, I would throw my life away for that silly little alien.
Yep. Anyways, I'm going to bed. It's late. Talk to you later, nerds. Good night.
Alright. Good night, C. This was
Happy
fun.
New Year's, dweebs. It was fun. I've VC'd the server a lot too. Yeah. I'm at my server's VC quite a bit too, so if you want to join as well, just chilling in there. It's hell, but it's my hell.
Hey, I'm pretty sure it's still a fun hell.
Honestly. See you.
I need to do it more.
Good night.
Night. You know, it really reminds me of another friend I have.
Okay.
Can't see a thing.
Okay, I already went that way.
Playing a PS2 on HD console. TV, I meant TV. HD TV. Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I can't see a thing.
Now that it's January 1st, do you know what's in 30 days?
It's your birthday.
Hell yeah. Do you know what's funnier than being 24?
25. I swear to God, if I have to, like, place an order at the nearest bakery to you to have them a cake made and sent to you with that whole bit, I will do it. I will fucking do it.
You could just send me another page. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, if you want to do the cake part, I go ahead, I guess.
Yeah. I think first I need to get you that Mothman squishable.
The green one or the Sakura one?
Yes. To which one?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I know one of them is only exclusive at Spencer's, though.
Is the Spencer's exclusive? Do you want the Spencer's exclusive?
Yes, I want that whimsical green moth.
Okay, I will get you Le Green Moth.
If not, then the Sakura one is fine. I still feel pretty bad that I didn't get the Reptar one for you just in time.
That's alright.
And I have no idea if they're going to restock on that. What the? Cinder, you little monster!
But Cinder is literal baby.
No, he's not.
He doesn't know his ABCs!
Yeah, he's a mechanism. He's friends with Satan.
We got company, Jack! Lots of lurkers!
Me too, bro. Me too.
Get back here.
The door's open! Let's get going!
Sneaky little guy.
Yep. Bless you, Kiara. The kitty cat sneezes. Oh my goodness.
Me too. That's literally me every time, like, something goes wrong. I'm just like, I'm gonna scream.
To fight him all over again, do you?
Nope.
Okay. I'm not sure why I picked up this red eco, but I have it, so that's nice.
You never know.
I finally found that damn last precursor orb in the mountains.
You finally come to rescue me. Do you know how long I've been in here? What took you so long? And what are your names?
I'm Daxter. He's Jack. He's with me.
Good job, Daxter. You're a real hero. You've got to stop Gaul from launching the robot. I'll use my eco power.
It's 23 minutes until 2025 over here. You know what else it's 23 minutes away from? Jack and Daxter January.
Let's go climb up those platforms!
No, when he said he's Jack, he's with me, that's literally me.
You're Jack or you're Daxter?
I'm Daxter.
Okay.
Magna knows who I'm talking about.
Yep. It's that orange little ferret. He is a very silly little guy. We love him. And then drunk Daxter is best Daxter. That happens in the second game, which, well, that's gonna be another stream. When? I don't know. After we finish this game, that's all I know. The only question is drunk Daxter versus drunk Moxie. Who's funnier?
Speaking of which, have you watched the new episode?
To which I said, thanks. This episode made me hate Moxie. Fuck you, Vimsy.
Wait, why do you hate Moxie now?
I mean, just the way he acted in that scenario is like, my wife is pregnant. Fucking deck her with a rocket launcher.
Oh yeah. Apparently, Al can sense when someone is pregnant. So like, Dolus was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Just
of course, like people are like, we hate Octavia, we hate Millie.
If it's not the bird or Brandon Rogers, they don't matter.
No,
like I said, I gave up watching Hell of a Boss, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're talking about.
When I get around to talking about Season 2, I'm just gonna have to retool that entire review as an awards show because, oh my god, I have a lot of sass to hand out.
I just hate the fact that Mammon has the same voice actor as him from Smiling Friends. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, there's like an animation of like someone drew of Mammon as him, and then
oh dear.
And then Ozzy as Charlie. He's like, "You kissed your dad on the mouth." Apparently, my friend said that in the Mammon episode, the circus one, you can hear Zach Cadle in the episode. Like, he's one of the characters that goes, "I knew it."
Oh my god.
I had to go and rewatch it. I'm like, no fucking way. But we do need a character. We do need a character to be voiced by Bo Burnham. I think that would be hilarious.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give away a couple of my awards right off the bat, but Stryker is the recipient of the Written by Doug Walker.
Man, he had the best voice actor too, who is also like the best bow and crossing bow daddy ever in the Walking Dead universe.
But here's how I basically describe what happened to Stryker. Y'all remember Rattlesnake Jake from Rango, right?
Yeah.
That was Stryker in Season 1. In Season 2, imagine if Stryker was written by Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic.
Oh god. I do love how Behemoth I forgot her name. Behemoth the sloth. I love how she's dressed like I like how she's designed as like a sheep or a lamb or I think a llama.
Beelzebub?
No.
No.
The one I was gonna say B is greed. No, not greed, gluttony.
Gluttony.
And she's voiced by Kesha. Damn it. Okay, I guess I will spoil one more award for Season 2 review. The Did Literally Nothing Wrong award goes to Octavia.
Yes. Also, a lot of people are saying that like the reason Millie reacted the way she did was because she's cheating on Moxie. I'm like, have you seen like the entire like 2 seasons though? Like there was literally an episode where she was like killing like
How'd she
all those like,
react?
Yeah.
huh?
How did she react? I gave up watching Hell of a Boss, so I don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't. Are you sure you want me to spoil it?
I should probably look it up. I mean, I'm probably not gonna watch it. Please spoil away, dude.
Millie is pregnant. And like she literally and she actually started crying. So like apparently people are saying she reacted that way because he cheated on Moxie. Like I don't think that's the reason.
I wouldn't jump to that either. Well,
I mean,
hormones. Also, you're carrying a live creature inside of you now, so that's could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Or she's traumatized from a past event.
But are we going to get any development on it? No! Because remember, if it's not Stolas, into the trash it goes, or off to the bench it goes. Just sit on the bench. Let us have this soap opera. It's like, I'm tired of the soap opera. Like, I'm not... Like, I keep using this analogy. I'm not sure how much sense it makes to you guys, but the analogy that I use is, okay, imagine that someone said they were gonna open up a shop with some really good fish and chips. It's not fine dining, but it's still a good time, right? And you get there, I mean, they give you a sample, it's like, goddamn, that's actually really good. I'm looking forward to getting an entire order of this. And then, of course, they tried to sneak in a couple of chicken strips, which you don't really care for, so you just keep eating the fish, but oops, you're out of fish. And so you ask if you can get a second one. They just give you chicken strips, and they're not even cooked!
Damn.
And then everyone in that restaurant is trying to gaslight you that, oh, the chicken strips were the main idea all along.
I told Magma that for Moxie and Millie's story in season 3, I hope it's the Zootopia abortion comic.
Oh no!
You know, it seems like you would kill our baby just for your career and the iconic slap.
I was gonna say, what is happening here? Oh, that. Oh, I just got one more scout fly to find. I got 20 more precursor orbs.
And of course, there's a parody, but it's just like the same, literally the same comic, but it's like they're talking about like Arby's.
Yeah.
And of course, I want to draw the ending. Moxie, where are you going? To be honest, I'm thinking Arby's. Now, apparently, for season 2 of Has Been Hotel, we do have a new character. A couple, actually.
Uh-huh.
One of them being Abel, and I don't know if it's true, but apparently we're getting, I'm excited, Patrick Stump. Patrick Stump, who is the lead singer for Fall Out Boy.
Oh?
Yes, Fall Out Boy fans are excited.
Fall Out Boy is now canon to Has Been Hotel.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do you think like during like the entire situation in heaven, one angel's like, "Hey, I don't mean to be, I don't mean to, I know this is bad timing, but we just got word that Jimmy Carter is at the pearly gate."
Oh boy.
Rest in peace to Jimmy Carter. He really told Trump, "Fuck you."
Nope. No politics in this server.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh. Orbs.
I still have suggestions for God and Jesus. Jesus, I will literally piss off the Has-Been Hotel fandom by saying, let's have Lin-Manuel Miranda as Jesus.
Let's.
Or worse, God. Lin-Manuel Miranda as God.
Lol.
No, I think it'd be funnier if it was Jesus and for God, he already plays God in Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. And the homie can already sing, so
fuck yeah. We got all the collectibles.
Have you seen Sing?
You're real heroes now. I'll combine my green eco power with the
Have y'all seen the movie Sing?
We'll open the shield door surrounding the precursor
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good start.
Yeah, the
And after
animals
you guys
doing
open
the
shield,
singing competition.
What are you gonna do about the robot?
Nothing, Daxter.
Yeah,
We
Seth
have to keep
MacFarlane
the
plays as
shield
the
open.
mouse.
It's up to you two to figure out how to destroy the robot.
Oh,
Okay.
right. I get to help the guy that turned me into a furball destroy the only person who can turn me back.
First, save the world. Then we'll try to convince Gaul to help Daxter.
You're too late, sailors. Once I possess
Oh, and yes, that is in fact Dee Snider as Gaul.
This is
That Dee Snider
Releasing
from
that
Twisted
much
Sister.
Dark Eco will destroy everything we know.
Oh, cool.
What it's done to you.
It has given us a beauty beyond anything you could understand.
Who is that diva?
That's Maya. That's his sister.
Just wait until we open the silos, little one.
And of course, everyone's like, how did that make it into an E-rated game? And it's like, shush. Dark Eco does things to you.
Fools! Enjoy your front row seats to the recreation of the world!
Imagine if I beat the fucking boss right at the strike of midnight.
Oh, that would be pretty epic, actually.
It's already 12:51 over here.
It's 11:51.
Dude, it's not even 11. Not even 11 where I'm at.
Oof. Well, hello for the future.
Oh, hello,
Do we have
future
flying
person.
cars?
Can we breathe underwater yet?
Get all the help.
Did we develop gills? Do we develop gills? Do we develop wings?
No.
No. Sounds boring.
Now I'm feeling like I'm that like one guy in the song Year 3000. Year 3000.
Bitch.
We were watching like the New Year's special, and like they had Jonas Brothers performing.
Oh shit.
And they actually played.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, they actually played a really old song. I think it's one of the songs from Camp Rock.
Which one?
Huh?
Okay.
Like, which one? Kind of glitched out.
Oh, it was a song from Camp Rock that they performed.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Eco won't protect you now.
Watch me, bitch.
I actually learned not too long ago that one of the brothers, Nick, he actually has diabetes. So like, I used to have a crush on him, and now I just love him even more because like I can relate the struggle.
Shit.
Finish them both off once and for all!
No mercy.
That's a lot of dark eco.
Yep.
Finish them both off once and for all!
If I'm remembering right, spoilers for what happens later,
Eco won't protect you now!
that I think Naughty Dog had ideas to maybe bring Gull and Maya back at some point.
You just won't.
Heard about them, but they disappeared after this first game.
Yeah, but the thing that happens is, you know, but like they get dropped into this entire silo.
But they're still alive.
Yeah, it's just they've been so twisted by dark eco
That it can't mess them up anymore. Except
Yeah.
maybe keep them
like
alive
they
for
basically
like.
become intertwined and just like an even worse monstrosity. Just
So
by dark
like
eco.
like a hive mind, kind of like everywhere dark eco is, like their mind can connect to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be such a cool concept, like for in a game. And I'm kind of bummed out they didn't do that.
Finish them both off once and for all!
Damn it!
Hey, Jack!
Bruh.
I have your insect collection.
Daxter's death commentaries were just so funny. And you can actually get them in the third game on hero mode, but only if your death animation is the exact same as one from the first game.
I heard about that.
You just won't give up, will you?
And like, I've actually drawn one of my OCs. His name is Lucius, and the context with him is he's a mafia member, you know, 1920s gangster, and you know, just to rub salt in the wound of someone he just killed on his boss's orders, he just responds with, don't worry, I'll say something real teary at the funeral. Like, you should have paid your debt to English, you filthy animal.
Jeez. I think I've seen the character before.
He's got a
Still,
14 ball for a head.
Yes, I think I've seen something like that a while ago.
Yeah, that's my boy Lucius.
But, ooh, he's cool.
You just won't give up.
Finish them both off once and for all!
I think okay, I guess I'm not saving them in defeat. Now to not get blasted by shockwaves.
Surprised the top of this building is surviving this attack. You know?
That's video game logic for you.
I know. It's like, shouldn't there be like holes everywhere, or gradually the opening is more destroyed now? I guess we could claim that since it's precursor technology, maybe it could just withstand that kind of attack. But if that's the case, well, how can you destroy this robot? I guess Eco is the only thing strong enough for it.
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Jack.
And that's how we enter the new year.
Say goodnight, Jack. It is 11 o'clock
Say
here.
goodnight, 2024.
Oh,
That's fucking funny.
that's hilarious.
This, you know, the copy of the stream, like the replay is gonna go up on my YouTube channel in the morning, so somebody clip this. Somebody clip that, like, right as it turned to 12. Say goodnight, Jack.
Oh, I didn't get it clipped.
Beautiful. What's the matter, Goal? Are you not gonna take it?
Eco won't protect you now!
Yeah. You notice that thing looks like a patchwork mosquito. Look at it.
Get away from me.
No mercy.
I think there's a bath bomb somewhere that will actually turn your that'll actually turn the bath water that exact color of dark eco.
I believe it.
I want it. I don't have.
If I find it, I will mail it to you. If I ever find any, I will mail it to you.
Once and for all!
Like, here's a ball of concentrated dark ego for your bathwater.
And Daxter, I see you. No, and Magma, I see you taking a long, relaxing bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
And you actually turn into an auto.
Oh no, Magma has turned into an Otzel she may never recover.
Oh, damn, wait, if I mailed it to you, that means I'm responsible. That means I have to go on a world-saving quest. Dang it.
But then you'd have to talk to D. Snyder, but I don't think that he'd be willing to help.
Probably not.
You just won't give up, will you?
No.
Nuh-uh.
I'm gonna figure this boss out. I'll figure it out eventually, but I'm going to figure the fuck out.
Stand still. Finish that. Soon I'll be
Finish them both off once and for all!
no mercy. Blast them! Stand still. Take that. Stand still. Fire. Stand still. Stand still.
Fuck you.
You just won't give up, will you? I know. It does exist.
They must not be allowed to get it!
Light ego! That could be the stuff to change me back! Or, might stop that robot. Stay fuzzy, save the world. Choices. Okay, fine. We'll save the world. But do it quickly before I change my mind!
And before someone gets mad at a 15-year-old boy being a 15-year-old boy.
Do something!
But that you can die.
Kamehameha, bitch! Bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia.
They're just like me for real. The stomping.
Well, it looks like I may have been too hard on you boys. You do have what it takes to be heroes.
But Daxter, now we can't change you back.
Don't worry about me, baby. You know what they say. Big things come in small packages.
Jack, you have an incredible talent for channeling eco. Samos, you may have been right about this one after all.
And Kira, without your help and ingenuity, none of this would have been possible. Perhaps we've found another sage now that Gaul and Maya are lost. Yes, Gaul and Maya. The Dark Eco probably destroyed them. Probably.
Ah, who cares? Bring 'em on! We can take 'em again, right, Jack? I said, right, Jack? Wow! Put it on ice, big guy.
What a cockblocker.
Yep.
Yeah.
He rooster cubed them. Chicken squared them.
Like, damn, Daxter, why you gotta give me blue balls?
There's one more thing right after the credits.
Oh, I remember that.
What'd you think, Kiara? Was that exciting? Cute kitty.
Oh. Speaking of which, where is my little monster?
And then Kira's voice actress would be replaced by Tara Strong in the third game onward.
I guess I'll let him out.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I have so many blankets, he gets lost.
Oh.
Well, like, there's also a specific spot that he likes to sleep. He likes to sleep on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually, like, under my window, too.
Same as my cats.
I will say Magma Garfield is in a depressive state right now because there has barely been any sun. And the one thing she loves to do is sunbathe.
Oh, mine do the same.
Yeah, we haven't been getting a whole lot of sun lately, so she's been really depressed.
Oh, poor thing.
Poor kitty.
But
she
she
feel like heat up a.
Unfortunately, she's taking it out on us.
What if you heat up a blanket, like put it in the dryer and then lay it down and then they lay on it?
Oh.
It's not really the same, but I mean it's warm. That's what I do when I get cold. I stick a blanket in the dryer, and then I just snuggle up under it.
I wish I could say the same thing, but I like to keep my room in a tundra state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really, really like the cold. Because we don't get cold weather where I am.
I mean, you live in Texas.
Yeah. But next week it's supposed to get like probably below 30. Like we could possibly get snow.
Nice. Well, that'll be fun.
Yippee!
I should do a pet reveal. Show my cats off.
You know what kind of review I would be willing to watch?
What?
A cat loaf review.
Yes! We need more cat loaves.
Let's see. I posted one of my cats.
Just go to your cat, be like, loaf check. Everything is tucked in. The tail is kind of out, but that's all right.
Oh my god, that kitty's adorable.
I give that loaf a 9 out of 10.
second cat. And then this. Yeah, this one's giving me a stink eye.
Is that a point off?
Hmm.
Is that a point off? Like giving you the stink eye?
Well, no, I was
mean-
posting a picture of one of my cats that's giving me the stink eye because I invested into a little hat to put on him, and I took pictures of him.
Aww.
And I'm pretty sure each and every one is like silently plotting my murder.
I mean, Kiara's given me the stink eye a couple of times. In fact, literally last night, although I'm gonna put that in my designated chat for showing off all the stuff that my cats get up to. The Lava Familiars vlog.
Yeah, Cinder's been giving me the stink eye lately, and like he's not even half a year old yet.
Yeah.
He'll be 5 months this Saturday.
Aww.
He's getting so big. He used to be so small.
Oh. They grow too fast.
They do.
Here we go.
Oh, here.
Holy yakko! What could that be?
Wow! It's an ancient precursor door. It looks like it will only open if we fill all 100 holes with power cells.
We're heroes, remember? We have 100 power cells.
We have 101, actually.
Where are they keeping it all?
Hammer space.
It's like, if it's solid metal, that's like 200, maybe over 200 pounds of metal.
What is it?
It's so beautiful.
By the precursors.
And they're all blind now.
Yep. What did we find? That'll be for tomorrow's stream. Yay!
Yay!
100%.
Yippee!
Mhm.
I love that noise.
Oh, I was talking to a younger Homestuck fan at Compass Comic-Con on my birthday, and she said that Baby Dave and Dirk are just the autism creature. Like here, let me show ya.
I could say like a lot of characters that I like are autism creatures. I've actually started watching the second season of Squid Game, and I can already tell that one character is probably the autism creature.
Oh.
And the character, the actor is actually a Korean rapper. I think his name is T.O.P.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't listen to a whole lot of like K-pop, so I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, same. I might know
Okay,
somebody
so-
who might know better, but...
So there's Dirk.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright, let's see. Now I gotta find the other autism creature. Where is he? Ah, Dave's outfits. Let's... There he is. Copy. And... he's literally the autism creature.
Yeah.
And both have birds for hair.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where am I looking?
So there's a no mic called... Oh, I put that in pet reveal. My bad. Sorry, let me put that in Game Central Station. My bad.
In my mind, it somehow made sense.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm being a bit silly. Maybe it's the
No,
sake.
really, I didn't even question it. I didn't question it at all.
I think the sake is getting to me.
You're already drinking?
I've been drinking.
Oh.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, you missed the movie, though.
What
no,
movie
that's fine. I was...
What movie
Oh, it
was
was work.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Ah.
That's a good movie.
So good. And then the sequel fucking ruined it.
I don't think I've ever watched a movie while being, like, completely drunk. Never really got to that stage before.
I don't think I've ever done anything completely drunk.
The worst that I've been was that I drank champagne and then I went and, like, passed out half an hour later for, like, 3 hours.
Yeah, alcohol mostly just knocks me out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be damned if it doesn't clear up a head cold.
Magma, did I I think I actually messaged you. I don't have the best memory, but do you remember what happened? Was it? Yeah, it was last year. Do you know what happened last year on 420?
What happened on 420?
I made the stupid decision to take a whole gummy.
Fuck. And I was working that day too, so I couldn't hop in VC.
Yeah, I think I messaged you. I was like, I'm high as fuck.
Oh, you broke it to me with an Animal Crossing meme.
Yeah, like literally my family was Blitz and I was Moxie. What? Why are you speaking like that? Because you, my precious little bitch boy, are tripping balls. And I was tripping.
I didn't watch a movie while drunk, but I did take a chocolate edible, like half of it, while watching a movie, and I honestly don't remember what the movie was about. I wouldn't say I was crazy, but I was so chatty.
I know, like when I first took it, like I don't know why, but I was like, I have to have my sun lamp and my TV on, and I was out. The worst. Don't watch Adventure Time when you're high. By the way.
Honestly,
especially when you're
I think Sonic Underground is either better or worse when you're on gummies. I did get the best sleep of my life that night. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, same. Like I had the next day off, and like I was out. I woke up at like 4 in the afternoon. I felt so bad too. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And my mom's
I
like,
didn't
no, it's
sleep at all.
okay.
I
Yeah,
didn't
she was
sleep
like,
at
no,
all
it's
after that.
okay. I apparently I was sleepwalking too in the middle of the
Oh,
night.
that's dangerous.
I know. Not sleepwalking, but like I just kind of walked over to the couch that we have in my upstairs. I just sat there for a while, and mom was like, "You need to go back to sleep."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," and just walked back into my room and just went back to bed.
That
Please,
sake
let's
actually
walk
goes down real
outside.
nice.
I had sake once. It was a bit too strong for me.
Yeah, this was a lychee flavored sake. It tastes really good.
Oh, I my first experience with it was actually by mistake. Bought it at a Japanese themed store, but I thought it was sparkling water because I'm an
Oh
idiot.
no!
And well, I wasn't. I didn't like. I when I finally broke it out. I mean, I actually took it with me at some point. It was in my bag. I didn't drink it though, but I was thinking about it as I was driving just to have some water. But I ended up not. So I ended up at home, and finally I crack it open and I take a swig, and I'm just like, that's not water. And then I to get a very close look at it because this writing on it was iridescent, like it was a shiny against a light background, so you could like barely see it. And then I see the something percent alcohol. I'm just like,
no.
that's not
Hey,
water.
hey, did you know that Hello Kitty sake exists?
I want some.
I'm not surprised.
It had better be some of the sweetest, like fruitiest tasting sake ever, or I don't want it.
I have honestly never tried sake before.
I mean, I won't go out of my way to drink it, but I guess if someone offered me like one of those little bowls of it, I'd probably take a sip.
I'm more comfortable with like fruity cocktails or just like soda with a shot of like vanilla crown. That's my only go-tos.
Fair enough.
I used to drink beer. Oh, and eggnog and brandy.
Yeah.
Used to. But for the most part, I've cut out alcohol in my diet.
Fair enough.
So do you remember so you know how we were talking about like this character is still me for real?
Yeah.
I changed my mind. Mine is Glep from Smiling Friends. You're so me for real.
I can't identify with anyone right now. I think I'm too boring for that.
Either that or the pink guards from Squid Game. That's probably me.
I know Squid Game. I don't know why.
I'm in the middle of season 2.
Maybe I should check that out.
Like in some respects, I kind of want to be more this being literally me. Again, some respects, but there are still plenty of times I want to smack him. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh wait, you know who like our she so for me is?
Who?
I have to find it. Where is she? I'll have to send a GIF.
Okay.
But it is a character from Bluey.
Bingo. No, wait, Muffin.
Yes.
This just in. Internet gets mad at a 3-year-old for acting like a 3-year-old.
She's just like me for real. Everyone's like, "Is there an antagonist in Bluey?" Yes, and it's a 3-year-old named Muffin. I remember seeing a animatic of like it's human Trixie, human Socks, and human Muffin, and Muffin's like stomping around. Trixie's like, "Why are you stomping around like that?" Muffin goes, "'Cause you went on the ice cream." She starts crying and then she yells, "This is why you're fat!" Like, that's probably gonna give her time out until her 18th birthday.
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret.
What?
Coconuts have water in them.
Fuck! Coconuts have water in them. I always love the phrase Australians are just British Texans.
Yeah. You know what? Damn it. Now I'm gonna have to draw Daxter when he's drunk, just grabbing Jack by the face and going, "Coconuts have water in them."
Did you ever
They have
finish
water in them, Jack?
Wait, did you ever finish Orion grabbing Kenna?
I did not. I need to. If you don't
imagine
Baited, if you don't know the context for that, we have a couple of OCs that are our kids with our respective fictional crushes. And I decided, screw it, I'm gonna try some animatic practice, and it's that first, coconuts have water.
From Bluey.
Yes. Muffin, we're gonna say, coconuts have water in them!
I actually have one that Magma drew. It's not from Bluey, it's from Rugrats. I still have that.
It's going to take years, maybe months of hard work. But I don't have that much time, Marsha. I have to take my afternoon nap.
I forgot he's wearing a Bluey shirt too. My little clown boy. I remember one time she drew our characters at doing like a dress up party.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can you draw me and Jack as Bandit and Chili? She's like, damn it. How'd you know?
I still have to. I hate LARPing as a responsible adult.
It's okay. It's no worries. Yeah, imagine like your kids watch so much Bluey, they start developing an Australian accent.
Something similar happened with kids watching Peppa Pig, except it was a British accent.
Yeah, I was about to say at least it's not Peppa Pig. My favorite Peppa Pig meme is like she's like, "Can we go see Mr. Potato?" And the mom goes, "You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep." I want to read that story to my kids. It's literally called "Go the fuck to sleep."
Yes.
I would probably read that to my 3-year-old cousin. And like to think she's about to be 4 soon. God, like literally
Damn.
January.
Damn.
Yeah, we have a 20-year gap. Like legit,
Happens.
I was told. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying it happens.
Yeah, literally, like I was holding her when she was just a few weeks old, and like my my dad's friend comes in to pay his respect to my cousin, and he looks at me, looks at the baby, looks at me again. He's like, "Good Lord, don't tell me that's yours."
Oh my god.
And it's not the first time someone has mistaken my cousin as my kid. This same thing happened to my toddler cousin. Well, she's 6 now. But like this is like when she was 1 and 2. Like this was like in Corpus Christi too. Like everyone thought she was my child.
If I could direct your attention to this piece of art from one of Nepeta's good endings in Pester Quest.
Aww.
No.
Why is that guy so sweaty?
Equius?
Oh.
Yes.
The only explanation I have is horse.
Ah.
Because the Sagittariuses get horses.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I like how he wants to hug her, but he can't.
Yeah, because
He's
he's too damn strong.
Did you see that comic where it showed like how she got her tail, Nepeta?
Which one?
There was an old comic. Oh god, I gotta look it up, but it was a long time ago. But they met for the first time, and I mean, I don't know if I should spoil it, but I gotta try to look it up. It's been ages. It's like I've seen this.
I mean, I have my own
But,
headcanons. I have my own headcanons, but while you're looking that up, my idea of what happened is, Equius decided, okay, I guess I can make her something for her birthday. And so he made her, one of those cosplay tails, but it's actually robotic and can actually emote like an actual cat tail, because you can see in her talk sprites in the Seek the High Blood Flash that she actually moves her tail.
Mm-hmm.
Now there was one thing that he was not willing to do with this, and that would be actually grafting it to her spine. It's just one of those. No. I am not going to graft it to your spine. This is not an emergency, and I don't need anyone grabbing your tail and yanking your spine out.
Oh, okay. I think I found the link.
Yeah,
but no, this one.
Okay, but instead there's some sensors in the clip, and those sensors, read off other cues to make the tail emote appropriately.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one's a little bit darker. If I can find the full comic, I only found like one page, but there was multiple pages, and it looks like it was an Ask blog. Let's see. See, I don't know if this is gonna work. This has been like, where would I be able to put this?
You could go ahead and pop it in Game Central Station.
Okay, so this is like just I'm just putting the link for like the first page of this, but there's more pages to this. I just gotta try to find it. Sorry, it's just been like ancient amount of time since I've like seen this comic, so I gotta like figure out how I found it in the first place.
Okay.
This was back when I had a group of friends who were actually like in the Homestuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was really into it. And they introduced me, and I was like always looking around, looking for new stuff. And
Yeah.
then like gradually they all started losing interest like right away. And it's like I was the only one who actually like had an interest in it, but I had nobody like left to really talk to about it. Except like maybe one person, but it's like gradually like they were losing interest. So, I mean, yeah.
Oh
I mean, did it work or
no!
is
Yeah,
the link
I,
all
I
weird?
just read it. Oh
Oh no.
See, and like no, yeah, I gotta figure out what the rest of it are is. But I guess like the point that I guess if you don't mind me spoiling it slightly is that he tries to fix her and see she doesn't have good balance, so he needs to give her something to give her that stability.
no! Aw.
So yeah, that was a headcanon that someone came up with, and then that was something I kind of kept
Yeah.
kept as a headcanon.
So there was a cosplay group at Compass Comic Con called Stitched by Starlight,
Mm-hmm.
and as we were wrapping up the convention, everyone was getting ready to get all their stuff packed up, hauled out. Gal from Stitched by Starlight says, "Hey, I never got into Homestuck, but thank you for keeping Homestuck alive, because I was cosplaying as Dirk that day." And, I didn't expect to see a whole lot of people there that remembered Homestuck or were super into it, or even are currently super into it. So that comment gave me an idea for some merch. I'm gonna make a die-struck pin that's gonna be the Homestuck Veterans Medal.
Nice.
Let's see. I believe
That's cool.
Let's see. I believe I have a draft of it someplace.
Ooh.
Stickers. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually open the thing. Actually, no, I don't even have to open the thing. Let me just find a manual art. There it is.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought it made
Is
for
that
a
gonna
nice.
be like?
Yeah, so the house emblem is going to be raised, and the zodiac signs are going to be kind of carved in. So
Cool. Is it gonna be like a enamel or a?
it's going to be, well, I know it's going to be a metal pin. I want it to be. I want it to come in a die struck variation. That way, it has all the relief and shine and precision carving.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see the final version of that.
And then I got another sticker idea. I haven't been to my island for a while. Now it's full of weeds and roaches.
That reminds me, I should visit my island.
same.
Oh,
But it snowed on my island, and we just barely got some snow now.
Oh. I don't get snow where I'm at. If I drive like half an hour down the road up to the hills, then yeah, I'll start seeing snow. But it just never reaches where I'm at.
Someone already posted, fucked it up already. 2026 is gonna be my year.
Omen.
And then I also have these Meow Rail defense stickers. I thought I was going to get 3 variations, but I got 4 of them instead.
I think I remember seeing those once, but I put it on the wrong, can't change why.
I haven't been to my island for a while. Now it's full of weeds and roaches.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of roaches are we talking about?
The ones in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the joint roaches.
Hi, Kiara. Are you telling me to go to bed? Are you partied out?
Uh-huh.
I'll take that as a yes, woman. I am ready to go to bed.
I gotta find the little monster
Okay.
and put him to sleep, even though he's gonna bite my feet.
Oh.
This was fun.
It was.
Movie nights are going to be pretty rare on the channel, but well, not on the channel, but the server. But whenever it pops up, I just let everyone know.
Okay.
The next one, I think we're gonna do Rango.
Nice.
Why? Because Cowboy Chameleon go burr.
And plus, he's voiced by the sexiest emo man ever. Or no, not emo, goth.
He was also
Did
a
you
pirate.
know?
He was also
I
the
was gonna
best
say,
damn pirate I've ever seen.
did you know that his debut was actually in Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he's the kid who gets sunk into the bed.
Oh.
Oh dear.
That partly traumatized me when I saw that.
Oh, I hear the little monster.
Kitty. Give him good night kisses.
I'll try,
Mm.
but I might come back with a new lip piercing. Free nose piercings.
Hey. Free nose and lip piercing.
But he doesn't clean his equipment. Oh,
I mean,
no.
I already have a septum and 2 tattoos. I felt worse.
Fair enough.
Alrighty then. Have a good night. Happy New Year to y'all.
All right. Good night, guys. Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year, everybody.
if you want to, I'm streaming Jack 2 tomorrow, so well.
Ooh.
Well, I guess it already is tomorrow, but
yeah, it is. Well, for you guys, I still got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What time? Same time?
about the same time, maybe start a little bit earlier, like say 7 p.m. Denver time.
Okay. All right. I can reach. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.